And welcome back to the Football Terrace. Thank you very much this evening for tuning in. Jadon Sancho today has reportedly missed training for Borussia Dortmund. There are contrasting reports on this, but Sky Sports, who have been at the stadium and who have been at the training camp for 2 to 3 days solid now, have reported that Jadon Sancho did not arrive for training and were given a statement by the club that the player had missed training and is likely to miss this Saturday's league game, still with the same respiratory infection. This is, of course, being countered. This has been pushed back. This has been rejected as a notion by Jan Fjørtoft. As I say, two big differing reports in relation to Jadon Sancho missing out on training and the potential of him forcing this move away from Borussia Dortmund. We're here to talk about it with you. We want to know what you think. We want to know what you're feeling. Of course, what's really important to us is understanding, as fans, who are you believing here? Where are you putting your faith in relation to this story? We're here to speak about that. Skype lines will be open in a few moments. Before we go any further, please hit the like buttons. Please hit the share buttons as well. A comment here from Ray says he's training on his own, Sky say. Okay, so that's now changed since the initial report that we shared a few hours ago. So didn't arrive at training, didn't train with his teammates, now reportedly training by himself. But this certainly doesn't look good from a Dortmund point of view. If it really is a respiratory infection, like a chest infection, why would he be training at all? That makes very little sense. We're going to take a look in a few moments at what Sky Sports themselves have had to say. Terry, I really hope this deal happens. How confident are you the deal will be done? That's from Billy T. I am still hopeful. I don't know if the right word to use is confident. I am still hopeful that this deal can get done. I truly, truly am hopeful that it can be done, that Man United can get this over the line. But I don't know. I truly don't know whether we can get this done or not. Let's take a little look here at what Sky have had to say.
In a way, because I'm told today that Sancho and his representatives made it clear to Borussia Dortmund well before August the 1st that he wanted to take on the challenge of playing and joining Manchester United. Now, Dortmund's response was they would consider allowing him to leave with two conditions.
Before we get into that, what I think is really important to focus on there for just a moment is, let's just listen to that little bit. Listen to this little bit again.
That he wanted to take on the challenge. Borussia made it clear to Borussia Dortmund well before August the 1st that he wanted to take on the challenge of playing and joining Manchester United. Now,
a lot of people are making these kind of accusations that Man United are just one of many clubs that he wanted to play for. This again is further proof that he has a genuine desire to look to play for Manchester United. And I think that there's something certainly in that he wants to be a Man United player.
Dortmund's response was they would consider allowing him to leave with two conditions. Firstly, if United bid £108 million. Secondly, if the bid came in before August the 1st, that deadline was then extended to August the 10th. Now, we know that United did eventually bid this week, but they did not meet either of Borussia Dortmund's conditions. United's initial offer was £73 million up front, plus add-ons, and it was rejected. Two things to clear up here. First of all, some have questioned the timing of Sancho's respiratory illness during this week, coming in the same week as information about a Manchester United bid came to light. I'm told this was simply a coincidence. Secondly,
simply a coincidence. When it comes to transfers, I just don't believe in the coincidences like that. I really, really do not.
Another question being asked is, why did Sancho not agitate for a move once United's bid came in? Simple. The bid was rejected out of hand by Dortmund. Again, there were two reasons for this. Firstly, the guaranteed payment was £35 million short of what Dortmund's valuation was, £73 million versus £108 million. That's the main reason why there was nothing for Jadon Sancho to actually agitate for. Now, the second reason, the bid came 50 days after Dortmund's deadline for a deal to be agreed. So what next? As far as Sancho is concerned, he is focused on playing for Borussia Dortmund. The question you have to ask now, though, is can this situation change with 4 days to go? Any change will have to come from the Manchester United end. Can they match Dortmund's asking price? If they do, every likelihood and every expectation that Dortmund will reject that bid. However, the big question that will need to be asked then is, will Sancho then agitate if Manchester United get close to Dortmund's valuation, albeit nearly 2 months after Dortmund's deadline?
And that's the interesting part with all of this when you look at it. That taken there from Sky Sports Twitter, thank you very much. It's such an interesting notion. There are some that believe United have left it too long and whatever is bid will be rejected. There is a train of thought that if Man United meet the valuation, it will be accepted. There is also the other end of the spectrum, which is they're not accepting it no matter what happens. No matter what happens, no matter what's said, it isn't going to be accepted. There are other elements that suggest that they will say no, but then Sancho will kick up a fuss. Maybe that's what this illness was about this week, training on his own, missing training, maybe missing Saturday's match. It is certainly heating up. The Dembele situation also adds an extra dimension and element to this deal because, you know, why are Man United working so hard to try and get that deal done? Could that cause the Sancho camp to kick up a little bit of a fuss in relation to that? I don't personally know because I'm not involved in the deal directly, but there is certainly so much going on in relation to that. There truly, truly is. Do me a big, big favor and smash that like button for me right about now, ladies and gentlemen. I want your views and opinions. Kevin here says Dortmund can say what they want, but they are a selling club with no ambition to win the German league. Simple facts is what's reported there. I wouldn't say they have no ambition to win the league, but I do believe they're a selling club. I know they want to try and change that notion, but I just don't think they're going to be able. Darren here says United fans are really clutching at straws. So I don't think many United fans are. I think if you look at the reasons as to why, Jadon Sancho is, you know, he's not been training with the squad, the excuses, the way we've left it to this last week to bid, there's a lot, I think, in this to suggest that something could happen. Ray here says maybe misheard, but Sancho to United and Dele Alli to Dortmund. I also heard that rumor. I'm not too sure whether it's true, but who knows what could happen. Leon here in the comments says Chelsea will buy him next year, as you better hurry up. Well, Chelsea are not going to. Chelsea only buy Dortmund, go to Dortmund and buy Sancho next year if Ziyech or Pulisic flop and Hudson-Odoi doesn't improve. So Chelsea fans can't want any of those things to happen. It would make zero sense for Chelsea fans to want that to happen in relation. Personally, that's my view anyway. Like, some people may look at it a little bit different, but yeah, I think that'd be a bit of a strange one in many ways. Personally, I don't think it'd be a good thing. I don't think it'd be a good thing at all to sort of celebrate personally. But maybe that's just my views. Maybe that is just my views there. I'm just looking for a widget on here. Keep getting your comments in for us. I want to know what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're saying. No, it's not the one that I wanted. Sorry, peeps. There's something I'm looking for, and I can't find it. And I get frustrated. You ever get these things where you, that's what I'm looking for. Got to install it and then put it onto the system. There we go. Even Tellers won't be coming. Rumors say the amount on the table is less than 10 million euros. I've heard some of them today as well, actually, that Man United's Tellers deal is also looking a little bit ropey as well. So yeah, I'm a bit like yourselves. I'm definitely nervous. I'm definitely nervous that these deals are not going to go through. These deals are not going to happen. But hopefully, the club can ensure that they do. Just bear with me a second. I just need to authorize that there. You may be seeing something right in front of my face on the screen right now. That's just where the super chat notifications are going to go, as long as that YouTube lets me log in. And hopefully it will let me log in. We're trying to get a big alert up on these streams now that lets everyone know when people have been so kind as to donate to us. We just got to wait for the authorization to load through, and we'll just wait for that to happen. It's not happening right now. Let's see some more of these comments here. See what some of you are saying. ENT says United need to put in a better bid to unsettle Sancho. That's where I do agree. Man United do need to go out there and make this bid. Man United do need to go out there, put this big bid in, get it done, get it over the line. No sort of messing about in relation to that. It needs to happen 110%. It doesn't look like it's letting me authorize the super chat element, which is frustrating. It's keep searching. It's not actually. It might be working now. Maybe it is. Oh, I think it's done it. Okay. Has that worked? Don't know. I need to get XSplit back up on the screen. It seems to have worked. Let's see now if it will load through. It says that it's worked. It says it's connected. Hopefully now this is going to refresh. It should put the... Oh, there it says... Are you guys seeing like a big sign in front of my face that says thank you for your support? Or am I just crazy? It should be notifying when people put their super chats in and sticking them up on the screen. But I don't know if it is. I need you to let me know. I need you to let me know right now if you can see it. Is there nothing in front of my face right now? Bear with me a second. I'm just checking for myself here. Thank you to William Taylor for the super chat that says... yeah, there is. There's a big thing. I can see it. There is a big thing in front of my face. But I don't know. It should. What this should do is when somebody puts a super chat in, it should notify us and tell us all that somebody's put a super chat in and put a big like that. Does that make sense? It should do something, but it doesn't seem to want to do it for me. It's meant to show up, but I don't know why it isn't. There we go. There we go. So that's got rid of that from my face. Next time a super chat comes in, let's see if it works. Seem to fix it. I was just trying to get it done properly because I wanted to try and honor the super chats a little bit more. There we go. We're back with it. Let's do some more of your live comments that are coming through here. Yes, we can. Oh, you can see the banner. You can see the banner. That's cool. I'm doing these things while I'm live on the air. I never tried putting it up before. Somebody suggested that I should. So I tried it. It's there now. It should work. So what should now happen when somebody puts a super chat in? It should show the message. There should be like something like that should come up. You guys can see that? Next time one comes in. Next super chat that comes in, we'll see. We'll see whether it works or not. Let's go. Next one that comes in, we'll see. It doesn't work, then I'm going to complain about the software. Cool. Let's see a few things here. In terms of this news around missing training, that came directly from Sky. Sky on their website reported that today. Sky News reporters have put that information out today. That's where it's come from. So, yeah, as I say, directly from Sky in relation to that. Osman here says United have always gotten the players they want, even when it takes until the last hours of the transfer window. So I'm chilled about this Sancho situation deal. That is from Osborne. Listen, if Fergie was still here and David Gill, I would probably share the same level of confidence of you. But as it stands right now, I don't have that kind of faith, if I'm being honest. Do you get what I mean? I don't have that faith. I don't have that faith. I wish that I did, but I don't. I don't. I wish that I did. But I don't. I always say with those things, wish that I did, but I don't have that faith in Man United anymore. It's gone. Yeah, see, these super chat notifications are definitely not working. It's meant to tell us when they're coming up. Shows you, Big Sign says thanks for the support. It doesn't show the actual super chats. It's pants, bro. It's absolute pants. It's meant to work. It don't work. So I'm going to close it down and get it off my screen because it's just getting in my way and annoying me. I'm going to read your super chats out, though. I'm going to read your super chats out and see what you're all saying here. Kevin here says, testing 1, 2, 3, Sancho. Yeah, not working. Let's see if it works. It's from James. Doesn't work at all. Doesn't work one little bit. And I'm frustrated by it, but I'm live on the air, so I've got no time to set that up and fix it at all. Now, the sign isn't working. I just turned it off because it's just sitting there doing nothing, which is a madness. Let's see some more of these live comments here. Let's see what people are saying. Thank you for your support. It says, yeah, I see that one. Yeah, that one's gone now. Laughing about 30 years. Okay, good. You're arguing with each other. Sometimes I start reading your comments and then nothing to do with anybody else. But there we go. Of course, we're going to be doing a live watch along tonight. Kick off in 45 minutes for Arsenal versus Liverpool. That's going to be directly continuing from this stream, so we'll merge into that stream a little bit later. Someone says Sky are milking this story. Yeah, I think most people are trying to milk this story as best they can, you know, from a social point of view in relation to that. So yeah, I can't say that I'm overtly surprised by any of the kind of behaviors or anything like that from anybody at all. Obviously, live EFL Cup's on right now as well. I didn't realise Brentford are beating Fulham 2-0. There we go. There we go. I'm actually annoyed that the super chat thing didn't work. It's actually frustrated me. Maybe I didn't set it up right. I don't know. I'll have to play with it. I just want to... What's it say here? I just want to go out of this banter cup. Yeah, Arsenal and Liverpool fans, how are you feeling about this game tonight? I'd love to know how you are feeling, genuinely feeling about this this game tonight. I'm intrigued to know. I really am intrigued to know. And do you both want to go through? Do you want to go out? I'm really hearing kind of mixed messages from... If I think about sort of Arsenal fans and Liverpool fans that I have had conversations with, there seems to be sort of genuine mixed messages about tonight's game. Comment here says, Jan Ilge Fjortov says that he's back in training. Yeah, I said that at the top of the video that it's contrasting reports that he's missed training. There was then a change of direction that suggested that actually he hadn't missed training, but he was training by himself. As I say, there's been a few different sort of trains of thought in relation to that today. We're going to get the team news for you in just a moment in relation to this game tonight. Liverpool's team, I believe, is pretty damn strong. Looks like Liverpool have gone with a fairly good team tonight, which would suggest they don't want to go out. You know, Adrian in goal, yes. Nico Williams and another Williams I've never heard of in defence, with Van Dijk and James Milner. Jones plays, Wilson plays, Minamino plays, Jota plays, Salah plays. So interesting. Still no place in the team tonight for the new signing, as far as I can see. In terms of Arsenal, we'll get that team news. We'll get that team news for you right away as well, and get that. Well, actually, what's probably easier? We will go to who scored. We will get the team lineups from there and push forward. That's what we'll do. The lineups are out now. Oh, they're not out yet. Why are the lineups not out yet on the website? Absolute calamity. Absolute calamity. Let me go to Arsenal's page here and look at Arsenal's team tonight. Arsenal's team, Leno in goal, Cedric Holding, Gabriel, Kolasinac, Ceballos, Willock, Xhaka, Pepe, Nketiah, Saka. No Aubameyang at all. Tierney on the bench. El Neni on the bench, Maitland-Niles, Nelson, Lacazette. So what I would say about both teams remind me a little bit of what Manchester United did yesterday in relation to the starting lineups, etc. Not their biggest, not their strongest teams, but still some... You look at Arsenal there with Leno, Holding, Gabriel, Ceballos, Xhaka, Pepe, Saka. These are first-team players for Arsenal. Liverpool the same with a few of theirs as well. So it is strong teams from both. Strong teams from both. So you would expect there to be some decent performances in relation to that tonight. Then neither have thrown out all the kids. It's been a good mixture. Unlike, I think we expected that a bit more from the Chelseas, Tottenhams, Arsenals and Liverpools this week because they are playing one another. Let's see a few more comments here. One comment said, I want this cup. It would be such a boost for Arteta. We can't win the big things, so we can build on little successes, but Liverpool will beat us, to be honest. Are any Arsenal fans confident about tonight's game? Like, genuinely confident about tonight's game? Think you're going to get through? Would love your views and opinions on that. Rachel here of a super chat says, come on, United, please get Sancho. I get why you want Sancho. I want Sancho as well. I want that done. You can get your super chats in now. Give me your score predictions for tonight's game. Arsenal versus Liverpool. Second time they've played each other in a week. Will we see a different result? That's the big question. Are we going to see a much different result to that of the previous game? I wonder. I'm definitely intrigued by it. There's no doubt about it whatsoever in relation to this game. Let's see if we can get some of the boys on this. One sec. One sec, people. There we go. Weird. Right, let's see some more. You've got Liverpool win. I'm starting to question if Arteta is the man, is what Brandon Williams has said. Why? What would make you question that? I would love to know if you're not just trying to have a bit of banter with us here. Terry, this may be old news. I heard off my stepdad today that okay, cool. I have no idea about that. We're not going to go into that one. Shane here. Where's Shane's comment? It's just disappeared in front of me. It was right there, and then it's disappeared. Shane here, Buckley, says, why the F is Mohamed Salah playing? Is Jurgen Klopp on crack cocaine or what? I want to win the League Cup, but I do not want to risk Mohamed Salah. Well, you're just going to have to grin and bear it, my friend. I wouldn't say that it's an outrageous decision by Jurgen Klopp to have one of the best. Oh, what a goal. Brentford had just gone 3-0 up. That was a serious shot, I don't know who it was that scored that, but that was a serious goal. Fulham are definitely out. And that is all she wrote as far as that game is concerned. If you want to win this tournament, then you're going to have to play a good team in it against Arsenal tonight. You play all your kids against Arsenal, you're out. You really are. Who else would you rather risk? Darren R says, let's go Taki. Okay. Fair enough. Fair dues. Social media is popping at the moment. It's crazy. Sometimes social media is just so crazy. Winner Paul here says Liverpool are going serious this year for all trophies. In previous seasons, we would have rested our players in the cup. No doubt. Darren R also thinks that Wilson will have score a banger of a free kick tonight. Monsieur Ahmed, one of our members, says, Terry, who would you say has chosen a stronger team, Arsenal or Liverpool? I think you've got to go with Liverpool. Two of the best players in the world start for them tonight in Salah and Van Dijk. Milner gets into the Arsenal team. Nico Williams gets into the Arsenal team. Jones could get into the Arsenal team. Minamino and Jota could get somewhere near this Arsenal team. So yeah, I would have to go with Liverpool. Have picked the stronger team tonight, but Arsenal have certainly put some serious players out there as well. There is no doubt about it. No doubt about it whatsoever. There's some serious players out there for the Gooners as well. Someone said, this is not a strong Liverpool team. It was actually a strong Liverpool team, but you've got two of the best players in the world out there. You've got the best centre-back, the best right-sided attacker of the last 3 or 4 years, and you're up against an Arsenal team who has barely won away from home, if at all, away from home against a top 6 side for years. Absolute, Arsenal up against your kids last year went out. So, yeah, you've got a very good chance tonight. There's no doubt. There's no doubt at all. Comment here says, tactically, Arteta will do something. Look, Arteta will go... you probably have slightly more of the ball tonight because you're not up against as strong a Liverpool team, but you know, you're not going to have as much of the ball as Arsenal, in my opinion, as Liverpool, in my opinion, and it's going to be difficult. Terry, random question: Prime Torres or Prime Suarez? Ooh, I think Prime Suarez was a better all-round football player. Prime Torres was probably a better finisher. However, you've also got to take into consideration fitness issues. So yeah, I'd pick purely on football terms Suarez. Overall, I would pick Torres because I would never pick Suarez really for a team after what we know he is. Is Pep overrated? Oh, it depends what people say. Has he been one of the best managers of the last 25 years? Yes. Then he's not overrated. If people claim that he is the best manager in the world ever, I would say that's an overrated comment. I would say that's overrating him, in my view. Hi, Terry, all the way from Singapore. Man United need new players for sure, but the most important thing is the current players need to pull their socks up and perform. Yeah, I think that's a fair point. I think that's a fair point that these Man United players do need to step up more, especially in the league. Especially in the league, the performances need to get better. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that whatsoever. Can't be denied. Can't be denied whatsoever. Gregory here says the reason Mo Salah is playing is that we are going for every trophy this season. Last year, the same exact match was played against the kids. Now it's a great balanced team. Yeah, and I think Liverpool do need to go for more than one trophy because, you know, to be considered the greatest team of all time, which is what I know Liverpool want to. I know this current Liverpool squad wants to go down as the greatest ever. To do that, you have to have trophy-laden seasons where you're winning multiple trophies in a year because all the great teams have done that. Yes, Liverpool have done impeccably well to win, you know, the points totals and to win the Champions League followed by the Premier League back-to-back years. But it's around winning multiple trophies. The teams that I would place into my top 5 have all won multiple trophies in seasons and retained their league titles. We think of United's sort of 07, 08, 09 team, the treble winning side. We think about Arsenal's double winners. We think about City's Centurions. These teams are the best of the best because, you know, they won multiple trophies in seasons, as I say, retained titles. That's the only thing missing from the Arsenal side of things. Arsenal at the bottom echelon of the great Premier League sides. Because of that, you know, you can't not, if you don't retain a title, that's a sign of weakness. There we go. Tim McCaskott I nearly read that out. I'm not going to read that one out. Arteta is on loan to Arsenal. He'll come home in a few years. Come home to where? Where do you consider Everton? I would consider Arteta to be more of an Everton player than Arsenal. But there we go. There we go. Do me a favor, hit the like and share button, people. We're going to be here live. Oh, they nearly went 4-0 up there, Brentford. They're killing Fulham tonight. I mean, I'm not sure about this Fulham team. I don't know much about Fulham. I doubt it's their first team, but they are getting a little bit of a slap. Getting a little bit of a slap up tonight. A little bit of a slap up, but there we go. Let's do some more of these comments here. What you're all saying. Not many trophies to play for. They all count. I don't buy into this Mickey Mouse Cup rubbish. At the end of the day, you're having to play Premier League teams. Listen, friends, I agree. Like, am I as upset when I go out of the Carling Cup or the League Cup, where we call it now? Does it have the same impact on me as going out of the Champions League or FA Cup? No. Does it hurt as much as losing just a singular Premier League game? No. But I still want to win it. I wanted to beat Brighton last night. I was happy we beat Brighton last night as a Man United fan. And real Arsenal supporters and real Liverpool supporters want their team tonight to win. They're not going to, depending on the manner of the result, it's not going to cause too much of a ruckus and friction and anger if you don't pull off the victory tonight. However, of course you want to win. Why? Imagine not wanting to win a game that you are are playing in. By the way, so far tonight, thank you to Rachel, James, Kevin, William, and Ray for their super chats. They mean a great deal to the Football Terrace that they have come in. Keep the super chat questions coming. You can become a member as well. All the information to become a member is in the description below, so give that a click. And while you're in that description, please become a subscriber of our second channel, the Football Terrace Clips. Really important that you get that done. Give us a buzz over there. We'd love to get you involved. Skype lines are open as well if anybody wants to phone in, have their say, talk about this upcoming game, lineups, etc., etc., etc. Would love to hear from you. Oh, let's go forward again there. What's my score prediction for tonight? I'm going to go 2-1 to Arsenal. I have this little feeling that Arsenal are going to pull off a little bit of a madness. I'm not even too sure why I think that. I just think they may. But let's see. Big night tonight, I think, for the likes of Pepe and Saka. Really big night for them. We've got Zaki on the line here. Zach, welcome back to the Football Terrace. What do you want to say?
Hey Terry, how you doing, mate?
I'm good. Who do you support?
I support Arsenal.
What do you make of your lineup tonight, and what do you make of your chances of beating Liverpool?
Well, obviously this Liverpool is a strong side, but you can see that they put their second team on. Well, Jota playing is worrying me because we saw what he did on Monday night, but I think we can probably get the job done today, maybe just with Pepe and Nketiah and Saka up front. Decent front three, to be honest. But with Van Dijk there, it's hard to score, you know. Guys, just depend on the road, obviously.
Yeah.
But
yeah, of course, it's very difficult to beat Liverpool, especially at Anfield. But it's an intriguing one tonight. There's definitely more weaknesses in the Liverpool team to try and exploit this evening, as opposed to Monday.
Yeah, totally.
As opposed to Monday evening, but it's whether or not you have the players to be able to exploit that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, well, Arteta's put Gabriel back in the side with Rob Holding. We'll see what they can do, but I want to see how Arteta responds to Monday night's loss. Like, if he can motivate the players to, get kind of like revenge at Anfield tonight.
Yeah, I do have one question.
If we lose,
why is there no appearance again? Why is there no appearance again for Saliba?
Saliba, I mean,
is he injured? Is there any word on him?
What?
Is he injured?
No, I don't think he's injured. We saw that he was playing under 23s recently, but I just think Arteta's been careful with him. I mean, he's still young. He came from the French league. I mean, we need to be careful with the young players. You know what I mean?
Everyone was telling me he was the next great thing. I'm just surprised he ain't played.
No, I know. I mean, some Arsenal fans, I'm not part of them, they're screaming, "Oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that." Ridiculous, But I think we should try and be careful with the young players because you don't want him to have a bad start and then ruin his confidence.
Yeah, I understand that. I just feel this is for me the prime competitions to play him in. Does that make sense? I don't necessarily. I'm not even trying to be like, this is the prime time to play him, and not in the league, etc. That's why I'm a bit confused, because it feels to me the right time to bring someone like him in. But there we go. Listen, Zach, thank you very much for your call. Thank you very much for coming onto the show. We really appreciate it. Gotti says, who's likely to score a pen, Biden or Trump? Neither. Absolutely neither of those two clowns. Neither of them. Clowns. That's what they are. Clowns, the both of them. Terry, how do I feel about the Champions League draw? Listen, I'm really relaxed about it, if I'm being honest, mate. Genuinely relaxed, not concerned, not worried, certainly not panicking about the draw. I think I was in two minds when we went live. I like the fact we've got a real tough group. I think it will focus the mind sooner rather than later. But as we say, it is what it is. We have to get through it. No messing about. Get ourselves through it. Play hard. And if we've been written off, and the one thing I love is that Man United have been written off, especially by our rivals. They're already saying there is no way you do X, there is no way you do Y, there is no way you do Z. United have been written off completely and utterly. So from my perspective, I just feel like if we get through this group now, it's a success. Most people say we're gonna come third or fourth. We're not gonna qualify. So even coming second and getting out of that group now is a major success for Manchester United Football Club, and that genuinely excites me. It excites me that we can get ourselves through this situation, and we have the ability to do it, and it shuts a few more mouths up. And I think that's something that the football team and the club should be basking in. Basking in the opportunity of silencing people. I love that. Proving some people wrong. That's what it should be. What you want to be involved in football for, we should be wanting to silence people and the like. So yeah, I'm infused by it. Would I like to have had it maybe take out one of Paris Saint-Germain or Leipzig and thrown in an easier side? Would I, if you could take Leipzig out and give us, I don't know, Kiev or Olympiacos or Salzburg? Yeah, I'd have taken them over them. But it is what it is. There's no point crying over spilled milk, as they say. Sancho's media man is in Manchester on his Instagram, Terry. Nah, the Stretford 92, you're pulling my leg, bruv. You're pulling my leg, bruv. Pulling my leg, bruv. Nah, you're pulling my leg. What's the guy's name then, bro? What's his details? What's his name? Come on. Speak up. Christopher here says, my predictions for the Champions League groups are, for the Premier League teams, City to come first in theirs, Liverpool to come first in theirs, Chelsea first in theirs, and United to come first on head-to-head advantage. I hope you're right, Christopher. That would be astonishingly good. That would be astonishingly good. It really would. I'd love it. Matt Gorton is his name, yeah? So let's go and have a little looky at Matt Gorton. Matt Gordon. Okay. Oh. No. Is it really? Oh, my word. This could be amazing. This could be amazing. I'm just looking at it now. He is. But how do we know that it's his guy? Oh, it is. I can see that. Wow, okay. Interesting. Interesting, Smithers. I'll have a little looky at that in a few moments there. Get your super chats in, member chats as well. It's on his story. Yeah, I just see his story there. But there we go. Get your super chats in. Member chats, of course, take precedent as well. Kickoff is about 20 minutes away. 20 minutes away from Liverpool versus Arsenal. Big game tonight. Important game tonight for both sides. No doubt about that whatsoever. Make sure you're hitting that like button for me right now, people. Over 1,400 of you tuning in. Hit the like and share button, please. Need to hear from yous. Let's go. Let's go. I'm going to just take another little look at that video, Rah. It is true. It is true. It is true. That is his social media. But it could mean anything, couldn't it? it could mean anything, or it could mean nothing, or it could mean everything. Yeah. There we go. Let's see anyway. Remember, the Skype lines are open. If you want to come on, if you want to have your say, call in now. Just search Football Terrace. You'll see our badge. You'll see our logo. Give us a call. Tim here says, though, Arsenal will not sign anyone else. Their net spend is 7 million and they want to challenge for the top 4. Well, Tim, net spend isn't real. So that element becomes... That's irrelevant. However, they haven't spent enough money so far. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. The Gunner Talk has responded, actually. Says, simple really. Hasn't had a competitive fixture since March. Missed lots of last season due to injury. And is being eased in. I don't ever know when I see that. I don't know whether I agree with that. I think that's a weak answer, but there we go. We'll see. Kid City is with us. Kid City is a Man City fan. What you saying, bro?
Hello, Terry. How you doing?
I'm very well. What's on your mind?
Well, obviously the Champions League group the groups came out, and I'm not really that pleased. Most of us City fans actually wanted a harder group because we feel that one of the reasons we don't really progress is because our groups are too easy, and we don't get enough like experience, as you would say, or practice. Well, I guess it's a free draw into the knockout stages, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I hear that. You guys have had a touch. I think City. I think your group is simple. I think your group is simple. I think you breeze through with no issues whatsoever. So I wouldn't be worried if I was City. Man United's group is a bit tougher. I think Chelsea's is a little. I think you've probably got the easiest group of every single Premier League team, in my opinion, bro. But that's just my view on it. We had another super chat here. Says, do you think Chelsea would perform better in the European competition than in the Premier League, since most of their new players have Champions League experience? Potentially. As a City fan, I want to ask you a question while you're on the air. Have you, in your opinion, done enough business this summer?
No, I think we still need a left back because like Mendy, he's an okay player, but let's be honest, he's not that great. Like we need a left back, proper left back. And the center back we brought in also, Ruben Diaz seems like a good player, but like we know Terry, we know he's not enough, is he?
No. I couldn't agree with you more on that. You certainly more from a defensive point of view. The way I think Ruben's going to improve you. Of course, Laporte's got to come back in, but the way you were opened up the other day, so much more improvements are needed at your club, in my opinion. I think so much more is needed, and if you don't get that, if you don't get the extra bodies in, I really think you could struggle to win the league. I think you'll make top 4. I think you could have a good run in a cup or two, but to pip Liverpool to this title with how good they've looked, with the players they've added, they've strengthened their fullback area. Jota, what a replacement he is if any in their front 3 get injured. And then, of course, adding Thiago. That's the kind of business I expected from yourselves. I expected a couple of centre-backs, which you've got. I expected a new midfielder, a new attack. Do you get what I mean? After sort of being embarrassed in terms of... I just expected so much. Considering how much money you have, I expected so much more business. But maybe the thought is this. Maybe this is Pep's last season, and the club have said, we're not going to spend £200 million on you just for you to leave at the end of it, and then the new manager might not like half your new signings. So I think there's an element of Man City trying to be a little bit clever here and not overspend now, because they might have to spend in a year's time again, I think your connection might have just disappeared there, kid. But thank you very much for calling in. Make sure you're hitting those like and share buttons for me, please. Someone here says Salah's getting grey hair. That's not unusual at his age. That's not a weird thing at all. Tim here says, you lot called us broke boys. Why not call Arsenal broke boys? They've only spent 7 million. Because it doesn't really wind them up. you don't really, if you banter someone who's not wound, there's no point bantering someone who doesn't get wound up by it. Does that make sense? It doesn't make any, it's like a pointless thing. It's a pointless thing. It's a pointless thing to banter someone that isn't worth bantering. Does that make sense? There we go. There we go. It's a point of banter. It only really works if you're doing it to people that get wound up by it. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless. What we now 15 minutes away from kickoff here. Get your score predictions in for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Looking forward to hearing from you. I want to know what you're thinking, feeling, saying, etc. Let's do some of these comments here. Some of these comments make me die. Terry, do you honestly think we will get Sancho? Like I said earlier, I still think the deal's on. I still think it's plausible. I still think Man United can do it. Will it happen? That's a completely different conversation now. But Jadon Sancho chose social media. One of his social media managers and content creators has just arrived in Manchester. He is in the UK now. Make of that what you will. We've got OT on the show now that just called in. OT, what do you want to say, mate?
Hi, how are you, mate?
I'm very good. Who do you support?
For Arsenal?
Lovely. What's your thoughts on tonight's game?
A bit nervous. The Salah, Jota, Van Dijk, usually Klopp, discards the League Cup competitions usually, so.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I get that. I get that. Are you one of these Arsenal fans that wants to go through tonight, or are you not too bothered personally?
Personally, I think I want to go through next round, to be honest. I feel like with the group of players we have, top four's pretty much the only chance we got for Champions League, Europa League. I'm not too confident in that with the likes of United possibly going there. You never know. So, yeah, it's pretty difficult at the moment. So another cup would do a lot of a world of good for the players that we have and build that winning mentality.
Yeah, I hear that. I think Arsenal, realistically, this year, League Cup, FA Cup, Europa League, are your best opportunities of success, and Europa League being your best opportunity of getting into the Champions League, in my opinion. Should you sign Partey and or Housekeeping, we can rethink that as an example. But yeah, I mean, and it's an interesting one tonight because you're up against, there are some young players, Nico Williams, Reece Williams. There's a lad out there, Marco something or other. I've never even heard of him from Liverpool, but they do have Van Dijk. They do have Mohamed Salah out there, Jota. So it's such an interesting one. I would say your players are a little bit more experienced than theirs and more recognisable.
Yeah. Definitely.
So I'm actually looking at, again, now someone said who's picked the strongest team. I actually think Arsenal, now looking at them warming up and looking at the players, Arsenal have picked a lot of Premier League players. Some youngsters, but Premier League players. Yeah, so I think you should be winning this game. Actually looking at it now, I've changed my mind from what I said earlier. That's a serious team you've got out there.
Yeah, the midfield, definitely. I feel like with the midfield of Sebastian Xhaka, we should be able to dominate the midfield, but it's just Kolasinac, the rumours for the past 2 days that he's been moving to Bayern Leverkusen for 9 million, but he's starting, so and there's a lot of hingings on the squad with the Deadwood leaving. So we've got 4 days left, now coming up to 3 days, and we still have Kolasinac holding our books. It seems unlikely we might get Partey and Aouar. Hopefully Aouar can go through, but yeah, it's just wishful thinking at the moment.
I hear that, bro. Listen, my man, I appreciate you coming on and having your say. We've got Elite KJ coming through, I think. Are you there, bro?
Yeah, he did.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm just eating my dinner, so I don't really want to be letting people see me.
No, we can add your camera later, bro. No worries, man. But I know we're going to talk this game in a minute. Have you seen the tweet? Jadon Sancho's social media.
Yeah, Terry, this is why I came on. I'm just like, yo, bruv, like, I get the excitement, but as a fellow videographer, going to Manchester is not.
I know. Bro, 110%, I know that. I said it when I live when I was posting it. I was like, he could just have a job. It could be, if you look at his profile, he looks after a lot of footballers. He could be coming into Manchester to do something with the Ox tomorrow because he does stuff for the Ox. Like, it may have nothing to do with it, but you
I
know,
follow him as well. I follow him as well and look at keep track of what he's doing because he's sick of what he does. But yeah, you see him, yeah. He is what I want to be doing in a couple of years' time in terms of working with footballers and working with them and making their social media content. So yeah, but if this is a preemptive visit to be there for when he flies, ready to be ready when he flies over, then it is what
yeah,
it
because
is.
he probably isn't going to get the. Obviously, he doesn't follow him. So to be fair, he isn't someone that follows Jadon Sancho around every step of the way. Man United are not going to play for that guy to get a helicopter or a private plane to a shoot. It's going to be you be in Manchester. But there could be an element of go to Manchester because this could happen. So I just want you there in case it does. From my old line of work, that's what we would often have happen in terms of there could be something, movement. Can you make yourself available on this day for us to do X, Y, and Z? You never really you could always guesstimate who it was for because of the media, but sometimes you'd be like, yeah, make sure you're here in 2 days or in the morning. And then other times it was like, yeah, you don't need to worry about it now. And then it was like, it's not happening now. But I think for this Matt guy, this videographer, I bet he's praying it happens because whatever he does that's United related,
his personal video. Because he will just do a video for Jadon Sancho. Man United won't hire him because Man United got their own team that they do. But his video for Jadon Sancho will absolutely blow. He's hoping. If I was him, I'm hoping it happens, bro. Because I know my video, even if it's crap, it's gonna get views. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. And even this thing, sharing that little thing there is smart because he knows idiots like me are going to put it out on the internet. It's going to grow his following. Like he's following when I made that video a few moments ago was at his personal following was at like let me just go back to this guy's where is it at? Where's it at? Let me find it here. His personal following was at 26,400. That was like 10 minutes ago. I want to go and look at it now and see if it's even changed. All right, let me refresh this. Yeah, it's gone up by like 200 people just in that short space of time. And if one of these videos, that's just an idiot like me sharing it and a few other people. Imagine if like a lot of people started sharing it. Bro, do you know what I'm seeing here? I'm seeing people put pictures of Dominic Calvert-Lewin in Man United kits. United fans make me die, I don't mean it in a horrible way. Like, man can have like a good... I said to you earlier about how everyone's so desperate for this handful of players. But all it takes is a good season or two from a couple of other players, and it's like suddenly it's like you will forget about these people and be on to the next big thing.
Because even if you think about Jadon Sancho, when he left Man City, I think United were interested, but we didn't end up getting. But no one was crying because he was only a youth player. But now, like, it's been 2 years now, and now it's like, we need Jadon Sancho. As much as I want him, and I'll be very upset if we don't get him, you also got to think, we don't know who in a year or 2 years' time is going to be the next thing. You know what I mean? So
yeah, exactly, mate. Like,
that's how football works.
This time last summer, nobody was chatting about Haaland in the way they are now. Equally, 2 years ago, at one of our friends of the show, old Ites, was, he probably was, everybody was talking about that Alexander Isak, but no one's chatting about him anymore. And this is sometimes why I'm a little bit relaxed when a club don't go after a player, because, man, I remember the first time I got heavily involved in a player that I really wanted, right? And his name was Christian Wilhelmsen.
Wait, who?
Christian Wilhelmsen. And honestly, my reasons for wanting him are purely scandalous, bruv. I bought him on Football Manager and he was amazing. And then, and then I saw him play in a warm-up game before World Cup, and he looked banging. And I was like, man, and then I saw a link with Man United to him in the paper, and I was like, we've got to get him. And I was just telling everyone how amazing he is. And after that World Cup, and we didn't sign him, I'd never, ever heard his name ever mentioned again at any point in football. And I have no idea. I'm actually going to Google search it now, because I have no idea what he did. I don't even know how you spell his name anymore. There we go. Christian Wilhelmsen, Swedish footballer. He's 40 years old now, bro. So he would have been 2006. So he would have been about 24, about 25, 25, something like that, right? What did he do? So where was he when I wanted Man United to sign him? So that would have been, so he was at Anderlecht, right? And
Yeah.
man had only scored 5 league goals. We didn't care about his stats then. I really wanted him in the summer of 2006 because I bought him on this computer game where he was brilliant. And he was predicted at that stage to go on and be a top player. He went for a half a season loan to Nantes. Did a half a season loan to Roma. I remember he went on loan to Bolton. I thought, he's in the Premier League. He flopped. He did a half a season loan at Deportivo. And then he went and did 4 years in the Saudi Professional League. And then he did a year at LA Galaxy and only played 5 games. And then he went everywhere. And I don't know where he is now. Like, the guy literally had, he had a better football career than you and I. Far superior career to you and I. And probably a football career that most young men right now would take. Because only a small... But that's the point, man. But that summer when I was talking... It weren't just me, bro. All the Man United forums were alight with Christian Wilhelmsen. It just taught me that sometimes you got to slow down, you know. Slow down a little bit when it comes to
Have
this.
you seen the links to this Uruguayan kid that we're linked to now?
What's his name? I've seen some links to some players I've never heard of before, so that could be one of them.
Yeah, it is. It's Felipe something. I was just looking at it earlier. Let me go find it. Like, it's just really random. Yeah. Okay, it's not Felipe. My bad. I think it's Facundo Pelistri.
Never heard of him.
I don't know. Literally some kid from Uruguay. And apparently we're looking at giving him a 5-year deal and letting him join in January. Yeah,
see, deals like that, my view's always really simple. I'm like, great, cool. Like also signed that other. Remember, we've signed that City youth player who scored like 600 goals. Charlie saying, that's one of them. That's one of them ones where it'd be interesting to see like what happens in the end. By the way, I'm really surprised about one guy. I don't know where Gal is. You know,
is he not doing his own live stream?
I need to sound really rude then, but maybe. I'm about to say, what's the point? But I suppose there is. If
Talking about, that's rude. Talking about, talking about random signings that United possibly would have made the summer. That Serbian kid, I have no idea what happened to him. Apparently, he was in for some Serbian winger.
Yeah, don't know. I'll give you an example of a player that 2 years ago, the way everybody's talking about Telles, the way everybody's talking about Sancho's probably a bit more hype because he got the English connection and his stats. But 2 summers ago, do you remember the guy that we had to sign? Milinkovic-Savic.
Yeah.
And now no one's really after him. And this happens all the time. And it's an interesting one to go and look and go, who the guy... And we were linked to him every bit as much as... And do you know what's interesting? I'm not saying Thomas Partey's not a top player. But in a couple of years' time, if Thomas Partey hasn't moved clubs, hasn't gone to a big club, like seriously on a level, he never will. And we'll all look back and be like, we didn't get him. It just happens all the time.
You know what's with Thomas Partey? He's one of those guys who could really actually do it for a top club, but we don't ever go in for him. And then he's going to hit 29, 30, and he'll end up at Leicester or something. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He reminds me of, what's his name? William Carvalho, fam.
Bruv, I remember another player. He's at Tottenham now, but again, he ain't really ripping up trees. Ryan Sessegnon. This kid was going to be the next Gareth Bale of British football. And I'm not saying he isn't talented. You know, Renato Sanchez, another one. I remember the outrage when we didn't sign him. And I'm glad we didn't. And it's just amazing, really, the amount of these and the irony in it. Like the way we celebrated so many other big signings since Fergie retired, they haven't done anything. I just always find it such an interesting notion. But teams are coming out now. I wanted to ask you one question about Arsenal. Why do you think they haven't given a single minute? I don't believe a single minute of playing time yet to man like
Saliba.
Not one. One of the big Arsenal accounts basically said this because he spent a lot of time injured last season, and they're getting him ready. Rare. Do you think that's a little bit of an excuse, or do you think there's some truth in that? What do you reckon?
Yeah, personally, I just don't think he's ready. I honestly don't think he's ready for the Premier League. I think that's why. Because they wanted him. They wanted him to come in straight away, and they didn't get him straight away, and they allowed him to go back on loan. So for me, that must be like, yo, they just feel like there needs to be more development. They probably don't trust the fact that he's young and does he still need to develop a bit more physically for the English game? I don't know. I'm just saying that I just think he's not ready, and that's why they're not giving him time yet, and he'll probably get time during the Europa League when that starts. You'll see him get more games and slowly phased in. It's not actually a bad thing, by the way, Arsenal fans, that they're doing this.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. The reason I keep pulling on the thread is I love exposing the fact that these so-called gooners that were telling us how world class he was at a young age weren't obviously watching him, because he clearly isn't ready. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see how he does. Me personally, Arsenal fans need to relax a bit when it comes to certain players. But we're football fans, we do it. If we get Sancho, I'm going to be gassing up to the hill in it. So,
a few people saying there's an echo now on the stream, which is very weird. I'm not too sure where that echo has suddenly come from.
Give me 2 seconds, I'll be back.
All right, mate. I'll see you in a second. Send your echo in, but we'll see in a sec. All right, bro. Let us know if the sound's gone. Kickoff has now gone ahead. I know you guys keep writing echo. Let me know if the echo's still here. I'm not too sure why that started echoing. But here we go. There we go. Game is now live on the air. How delayed are some of you guys? You're still writing there was an echo now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's weird how that echo came in. Is it fine now, though? And I'm saying it's okay now because it's obviously the Skype line that was doing that, but we'll have a little look at that. Not too sure why the Skype line was doing that, but there's the starting lineups. We'll have the stats for you as well today. Let's change that to none. Just let me know what you can and can't hear. Go ahead and KJ back now, peeps. How's it going, man? So I'm getting no echo mine. A few of them said you were echoing last time, but we'll see. Hopefully it sorted itself out now.
It shouldn't be, because
it's not happening. I
can hear it.
You got an echo?
Yeah. I have no idea what the hell that is. I've got earphones in, hasn't it? Is that better? Yeah, it's gone now. Did you do something?
No. I don't know. Let me just test my end. I've no idea why I did that. Technology's weird. It's gone now. It's gone now. Yeah, I'm not hearing it through the live stream, so that is all good. Do me a big favor, everyone. Hit the like button, share button, retweet button. Arsenal versus Liverpool. Here we go. Yeah, I'm excited about this one. I mean, it's obviously it doesn't feel like a league game, but it's chance of trophy. Look at Liverpool this way. Liverpool have got to win multi-trophy winning. They have to have a multiple trophy winning season for them to ever be considered the greatest. And Arsenal's best chance of silverware is in cup competitions this year. So neither really can afford to go out, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I get that. I feel Klopp is more the relaxed one out of the two managers in terms of if they go out, it didn't really affect their season. I think this means more to Arteta and Arsenal.
One sec, bro.
As you said.
They're telling us there's an echo again. One sec. Sorry. I'm actually listening to the live stream and I can't hear any echo. So anyone who's saying that it was doing it earlier, but it definitely isn't now. Man, lucky gal. Oh, for fuck's sake, Terry. Ah.
Yo, Terry, what's good?
How you doing, bro? Sorry, I'm an idiot. I keep doing this on these streams. I keep adding people, but not adding them to the call.
It's okay. It's okay. I can see myself. But...
No, you're back and he's back. Sorry, I did it all wrong. So there we go. Cool.
Oh,
Yo, let me answer your question about Saliba.
What's the matter? What's the matter, KJ? You good?
every time, when you pick up and then puts me on hold and then asks me to come back in again, because I click the answer button too quick, I just get the Skype ringtone. It's playing.
Is it still going?
Yeah. I just got it in my ears, fam. It's annoying. But you guys, what are you saying, nigga? Don't worry about me.
No, but you can't do that. But let me hang up on you and then call you back.
Okay.
Let me add him. Right. Let me call them both back. This is mad. Struggling tonight, technology-wise, killing myself. All right, you're back with us. Let me add Igal to this. It's my fault. I keep doing this damn thing where I keep forgetting to, instead of adding to calls, I do the complete opposite thing.
Yeah, I've still got it. Yeah, literally, it's just a I think I might have to close it.
Okay, you still getting it?
Yeah.
I'm
good.
on my side.
All right, mate.
Can you see me?
No, I can't see you yet. Right, I'm getting frustrated. Not with you two. KJ, we're back in a second. People keep saying there's echoes, but I can't hear a thing. I'm listening to the stream myself, and I can't hear an echo, so I don't know how everyone else is hearing echoes.
Hear an echo.
Yeah, it's not an echo. People are bullshitting us. James here says, Terry, I thought this wasn't an echo chamber. It isn't. Oh, you mean by the echo of the sounds? I get you now. I didn't get the comment at first. Yeah, tell us about Saliba. What's going on with Saliba?
Is my picture quality good? Or
yeah, it's fine.
Can you guys see?
Yeah, fine, bro.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, what's going on in your opinion with Saliba?
What you have to understand is Saliba does not have a lot of first-team football in his career. He's only 18 years old. So I think the fact that we got Gabriel, he has over 80 first-team caps, first-team appearances in league football. That's why we're giving Gabriel, putting him in the deep end right away, but we're giving Saliba a chance to adjust and give him time. That's why he played in the under-23s.
So he's not ready?
He's not ready yet.
Oh, lovely pass. You're in here. You're in. Pull back. Oh,
I think I'm behind.
Oh, it's poor. Nketiah should have finished it. Terrible. Oh, and Cedric over the bar. Oh, you should have done it.
What second are you at?
7 minutes something.
Oh my God, I'm a minute behind you.
Yeah, I'm on 6:45.
Oh my God, Pepe. Oh my God. But yeah, he's not ready, man. Let's be honest. If you look at it, Gabriel has what, 80 first-team appearances? This guy has what? I think 30.
It's weird. We are getting an echo through again now, and I have no idea. It's not you guys. It's not actually in this. It's the way it's
XSplit.
The stream is pushing through an echo, which is weird. So I need to look at the settings. It's nothing to do with everything set up. I had to update XSplit today for whatever reason, and since changing that, it's all gone a bit weird. So I really don't know what to do here.
Oh my
Give me a
God.
second.
Eddie, what are you doing?
Stream only audio is there. Speakers there.
I've said it.
There's no point doing that because that's gonna.
Good man.
No, man. He's a third choice goalkeeper. Listen, people said Calvin Lewin was trash a couple years ago. Give the man a chance. Calvin Lewin right now is second leading goal scorer in the league in Europe, behind.
Yeah, I know it's true, but you don't have to over exaggerate Calvin Lewin's form. He's in good form right now. We'll have to see. But no, I'm just saying from what I've seen from Nketiah, because like the difference between him and Calvin Lewin is that Calvin Lewin would always get first team football, like week in, week out would be the starter. Whereas Nketiah, he's.
I think I fixed it. I think I fixed the echo. The
thing about him is he's a pressing. He's very energetic, and he's one of those guys. He's a pressing monster, as Liverpool fans would say. How Jota is. He's one of those guys who constantly is pressing, constantly has energy, constantly trying to get up on his feet, make something happen. He might not have the ability to do it, but he knows where to be and he knows where to stand. That's why he gets a lot of tap-ins and a lot of
So
easy
what
goals.
you're telling me is he's not that good?
No, his footballing brain is good, but he's not there yet. He hasn't developed fully as a player. It's almost like a child who hasn't developed.
So
fully.
what you're telling me is that he shouldn't really be playing for Arsenal. Should be out on loan.
It makes sense for him to be a third choice player. He's not a first choice.
Mate, bro, who you talking about here?
Nketiah.
Yeah, Nketiah is like Willock and he is like Nelson. He's like these guys. Pure bog standard, elite level players here, but pure bog standard squad player for a top 6 side. He will score goals. Do you know who reminds me of Nketiah? I see Arsenal fans talking about him in the same way that City fans used to speak about Iheanacho.
Yeah.
He's
he's not as good as Iheanacho.
No, probably not. Like, I think if you're an okay finisher, you'll score goals at teams at top 6 sides. But yeah, I average. By the way, have you seen that miss now? I know we got messed up because of the technology.
Yeah.
That was poor, and I know that's why you're talking about him.
He should have just put it. He just should have kicked it instead of dilly dallying.
Yeah. He did it.
But you know what?
He did a dilly dally. A dilly dally. No, I agree.
That's his name, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree with you on that. It was poor. But equally, I don't think the cutback from Pepe was that good.
No, Pepe's not playing on the right today. He's playing on the left. Or was it just a one?
Yeah, that might have been a one-off. I didn't really see where it stemmed from because all those tech. Oh, Liverpool nearly went one up as well there. Jeez, who's that guy in the middle? That Marco.
Oh, Gurich. So Gurich been there for
played
time.
in Germany last year.
He's been there for time. So they bought him, I think, towards the beginning of Klopp's reign at Liverpool, and he was like, I think the guy from Red Star potentially, and he was just a prospect, and they've always put him out on loan. He hasn't really had a full chance at Liverpool, and I don't think he will ever.
Yeah.
I think
Are you talking about the header, Terry? Or was it
one that's going to come after that. What minute are you on, KJ?
11:05.
I'm pausing my screen now. I'm on 11:53. What minute are you on?
10:50.
Jesus Christ. It's weird because you two are both using the same account. It doesn't make sense.
Do the channels have different?
No, it's probably the Wi-Fi speed.
Yeah, if your Wi-Fi is faster, it uploads. Let me know when you get to about 48 seconds, KJ.
Cool.
Please, bro.
I'm at 11:16 now, 17.
Yeah, but that's a mission for you.
Yeah, because I can't, because KJ can't pause it anymore. It can't pause it where I can.
Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. 45, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 51.
There we go. We're pretty much on time. When we were doing the thing earlier, I think it was Lincoln and Rams streams for the drawer in front of mine by a second. And I wasn't trying to be precious, but it's like I'm trying to host the show, announce who it is, and ask people's opinions. And they're shouting it before we're doing the announcement. And it's like, guys, there needs to be an element of putting a show together here. It can't just be free for all. Sometimes it becomes a bit like a bunch of mates chatting when actually you realize there is still a show to do here. But yeah, there we go.
Jose, pay for everyone to get Sky and BT both.
Ah,
Please
mate,
help us.
That'd be the dream. Dave Kitts here. Thank you for becoming a first team member of the Football Terrace. I really do appreciate that. Get your super chat questions in right now, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like and share buttons as well. Really important to the platform that we get that done. It's really, do you know, I find it really hard to concentrate on the football tonight because I just can't keep my eyes off of social media because of what's going on.
Right.
Like, there's some people that are talking about that, like the social media guy picking that up, they're going, "Oh, you're clutching at straws now, Terry." And I'm just like, do you know what? With some people, you've got to realize, I want Sancho, but if we don't get him, I think people think it's going to disappoint me a lot more. Do you know what? It's not going to make me as happy. It's going to make me about half as happy as people think it will. And if we don't get it, it'll make me about half as sad as people think it will. Do you get that? That makes sense. Like, I'm just having fun with it at the end of the day. Like, he's social.
I'll definitely have my 4 hours of sulking.
No, and I'll be pissed off, but it's not like, I'll wake up, I'm not going to have a day off work because of it. I'm not going to go into mourning. Oh, I made a mistake here. So you cleared it up there.
Let me tell you something, though. The same thing, I have the same energy. Even though I'm super positive, at the end of the day, if we only sign Houssem Aouar, we still haven't had a great window because we still have 2 gaping holes in our midfield. And one player doesn't solve it.
Mate, no, but I think for Arsenal, the fact that you got Houssem Aouar in the first place should be considered a really good window. Like, I know there's more things there, but you've still got the tools to try and mitigate that, because the way that Arteta plays, he's trying his best with what he's got. So I feel like,
think about it this way though. We have to lose 3 squad players to bring in 1 quality player. And as much as you want to say it, Martinez was not dead wood. Ooh. That guy at the end of the day, when he left the club, he left as the best goalkeeper, and we sold him.
Oh, that's a bad foul on Saka,
And now our second goalkeeper, in my opinion, is not Arsenal level. In Runnerson, we haven't seen anything from him yet.
Oh, well, you talk about give people time. You give him time, he's just got it.
No, but from what I've seen, the guy couldn't get a game at Dijon. What makes him a starter? What makes him a backup level for Arsenal?
Who?
The Runnerson.
Exactly.
The new goalkeeper, or the backup goalkeeper.
I love my boys. I'll rate them forever, but I got to keep it real. Who is this kid?
Yeah, but I think the problem that you've got is it's not about that, mate. I think you're looking at this from the wrong angle. Martinez was excellent, but clearly his contract was coming to an end, and he wanted coming towards it. I'm sure there was there how many years left was on his deal? A year, I think I read. But he wanted first team football. Arsenal have said, listen, you did well, but Leno's our guy. And he's like, please let me move. And there's sometimes, like Chelsea went for a few years where they got rid of players. Got rid of players, and it was like, oh, why are they letting him go? Where Chelsea do this thing where, if you've done well for us, you've worked hard, we'll respect you and let you go. And I think that you've done a good thing for Martinez letting him go, because he wants to have a few years of actually being a first team goalkeeper now. So most backup goalies you get, I mean, look how good Liverpool are. Look who their backup goalie is. Most clubs don't have brilliant backup. That's lovely football by Arsenal. Cedric Tierney squares it. Oh, foul was given. Oh. Do you know what? I love VAR for lots of good reasons, but where I've enjoyed the League Cup this week is when a goal's gone in and it's been given, it's given.
It's a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the foul?
Oh, that's not a foul. That's so weak. That's, in fairness, Cedric's cross would have been kept. That's terrible. Look, this was a really bad foul on Saka,
Was that that would have been a goal if it was VAR?
No.
Nah, if you wait till you see the replay, that cross from Cedric would have been easily cut out by Van Dijk, to be fair.
Yeah, Van Dijk was there. He actually handled the ball because the whistle went. So that clearly shows that he was going to be there.
Do you know what I love about watching Liverpool without their first? They play good football still. Of course they do, Liverpool. But when they don't have their first team, you see little mistakes or a lot more misplaced touches and passes, and it's weird because you're just not used to seeing it. Does that make sense? And then you have to check it. And remember, it's not their first team. It's not Liverpool's first team.
Yeah, this game shows that Ryan Brewster is gone, because you should start him in this game. Really and truly, you shouldn't even start with Mo Salah. You should put Minamino on the right, and then put Ryan Brewster on the left, in the middle.
Is Brewster even on the bench?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is he even?
No, he's not. Yeah, Brewster's done. But Brewster's another fine example of people getting so excited about a youngster, and honestly, I know I'm going to sound really old, like an old man here, but I'm going to stand by what I'm going to say. My issue with him came when he was bowling around Liverpool wearing that medal in his neck to get like haircuts and stuff. I think it was funny to do it once. I think if he was laughing at himself to say, listen, man, I didn't even play. I'm just going to have a bit of a bubble, a bit of a laugh and whatnot. I felt like man was taking himself seriously. In the end, it was like it stopped being funny, and I have a real problem. I have a genuine problem with that kind of thing. And I know a lot of people say like you shouldn't have. It's just someone having fun or whatever. But no, I had a problem with it. I felt it was a bit. I know. I think you got to earn your stripes a bit before you start sort of bowling around like that.
No, I get you. Did you have a problem with when the England I think it was the under 20s or under 21s won the World Cup, and I saw people kicking off about it. They during the trophy lifting, they turned their
shirts upside down.
Shirts,
so people
no, shirts all the way around, so the names were at the front. And they lifted the trophy doing that, and people were kicking off about it. Do you have a problem with that?
No, that don't bother me. They're young lads. If they were the pros doing it, yes, they're the young lads who trying to get their names out there. This is who I am. Remember me. I think that's fine. I have no kind of problem with that at all. I don't. If England won the World Cup and were doing it, I'd go, why are you doing that? We all know your bloody names. Yeah. Does that make sense? I get what they've done. The things that don't bother me. I like them saying, if Brewster did a little thing where, if you made it funny, so if it was like mowing the lawn, brushing my teeth, whatever, cool. But it didn't feel like that in the end. It was when he was in sort of, everything looked serious. All the pictures, it all looked serious.
To the barbers,
yeah.
To the barbers.
It got to a point where I even, like, good friends of mine, Liverpool fans, are like, oh, he's starting to embarrass me a bit now. And I felt a bit like, James Milner pretends this boring thing, like he'll be doing. It's like, make it funny. Do you get what I mean? But he didn't. I think he took it too serious. And I'm like, you didn't kick a ball, bruv. It's, Jonathan Greening was a youngster at Man United when he won the Champions League because he was on the bench. I don't think he's ever spoken about it. He doesn't celebrate it as I'm a Champions League winner. And that's the right thing, because he's not a Champions League winner. He's on that bench. I've seen people say things in the past like, oh, well, I know the guy didn't play, but he helps the team get to that level because he trains with them and all that. And I'm sometimes a bit like, okay, that is clutching, bruv. Do you know what I mean? It's like the kid.
When a third choice goalkeeper for the World Cup gets a medal, you're like, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I hear that, bruv. I hear that, man.
Yeah, there's rules in certain sports that if you don't play enough games, obviously, you don't get trophies. But in the Premier League, I think Liverpool were trying their best to give some of these kids trophies at the end of the game.
Yeah, you used to have to made, it was 10 appearances with a combined minutes total of something, and then they changed it to like 5 games, and then now you can get, I think you can do some you can nominate, so you can have like 2 or 3 medals that you can nominate someone for. That I find that, I don't know, I find it a piss poor thing to do.
No,
I felt bad for Nathan Ake. I felt bad for Nathan Ake that year. The thing Chelsea won under Antonio Conte. He was the only person who didn't get a medal. Everyone else did.
Why did you feel bad if he didn't play? He didn't play under Conte.
Oh, you're in here. Milner's nice. Milner, man, he's so good.
Yeah, he's gonna go. He's gonna go down as very underrated. But he's one of those Premier League players that could get into the Hall of Fame easily.
He for me, when I look at him, because he's
oh
yeah, you're behind us, isn't you? Because he's unfashionable.
Yeah,
he won't be. It's like Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick was just a very unfashionable player, in my opinion, for whatever reason. I think being kind of reserved and quiet, they're not into anything that's obviously when in the peak of your fame and football, if you're not famous for anything, or you're not into things that are fashionable at that time, like at the moment, the players that seem to be the most popular are the ones that are, the way they dress, well, it's always about the way you dress and the music you listen to, but the cultures that they follow are popular. And I'm not talking about religion or skin color. I'm talking about like Brandon Williams dresses in my view as an older man, in a similar way to the Pogbas and the Rashfords do. Like, it's very stylish, it's very fashionable. And there are other football players that I can't imagine Jordan Henderson still, I know he's a bit older, but just wearing a pair of jeans and t-shirts and a pair of like Lacoste trainers. Do you get what I mean? And I think that Milner's one of them. Milner's always just been quite straight-laced, quite reserved, quite quiet, and it stops you being out there. Paul Scholes was exactly... If Paul Scholes was more outlandish as a... If Paul Scholes was 10% worse a player across every metric, but was 50%, was a complete extrovert, dressed in, wore Alice bands and dresses and married a Spice Girl, he would be more rated than he is being a better football player. I think a part of it is the persona you give off,
No, it isn't.
Think about Dennis Rodman in the NBA kind of thing. You get spoken about, but I don't think you get rated highly. You might get spoken about highly in the media and stuff, but being a media darling or being the most attacked person in the media doesn't make you highly regarded, I don't think.
No, yeah, but that's just...
I think it does. I think it depends. It depends how good you are. Like, if you're a good football player, but you're also... Like, Paul Pogba, for me, I think he's amazing. But if Paul Pogba was sort of quiet, reserved, dressed very, like, conservatively, as an example, and by the way, there's nothing wrong with his haircuts, his dress, or anything else, and that kind of thing, was a pipe and slippers type man, there'd be less hype about him. Less, and I'm not talking about, like, what professionals say. I'm talking about there'd be less kids buzzing about him. Jesse Lingard is a social media influencer. He's a better social media influencer than he is football player. And it elevated him to a point until he was cashing or issuing checks that he couldn't cash, that he couldn't afford, on a footballing sense. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
But, mate, it's an interesting one for me. I think that it's the image, isn't it, and everything that goes with you. David Beckham was a top-class footballer, but David Beckham was probably... A lot of people said David Beckham was overrated. Now, what people try and do is they try and play him down as an average footballer. He wasn't. He was a top class player. But I think his media image made some people that weren't avid football fans, they were like, he's the best in the world. No, he never actually was. He was top 2, 3, 4 for like a year or two, and he was always one of the best like wide players and midfielders in the world. But like, but I love him because he's in these magazines and he's with a Spice Girl. Yeah, but that don't make him a better football player, bruv. Like, do you get where I'm coming from? It's there. Like, there are a lot of people that know who Paul Pogba is. Like, I was in the States a few years ago, and people that don't understand one thing about football, they were like, oh, that's Paul Pogba, when they saw a poster of him. I'm like, they know who Paul Pogba is, and they don't understand football. I think that elevates you to a level where, you know what I mean? It can overflate you. And that's why there's...
I think the Pepsi commercials and stuff help, though.
Of course they do. But that's my point. But that's my point, bro. The more elevated you are, the more famous you are. Sometimes you can get rated a little bit above your station.
By Akoya Osaka, I rate that. Yeah, like I think when it comes to football, and especially in Britain and in the Western world, not the Western world, the European world, like player expression isn't something that is encouraged really. Like in America and in North America, like you see footballers all the time and basketball stars all the time in these commercials. You see them be goofy. You see them have their personality in their interviews and in the way that they conduct themselves. So it's normal for the American people.
Yeah.
I think over here when players start to do that, it's like, why are you doing that? Like, why are you doing that? Like, that's not normal over here.
Yeah, as well. I think it's because we also know what comes with it. The reason I would, how do I say this without saying horror? The reason I would prefer Pogba to not be how he isn't because it bothers me or it upsets me. It's because I know that you'll get 10 times the negative media coverage for a 6 out of 10 performance. So sometimes I wish all my players were like quiet players in their personal lives because it would mean the media would leave them all alone. And I want the media to... So I think that's where people sometimes... But people take out their frustrations on the wrong people. I'm not angry at Pogba because he's an extrovert and the media over-criticize him. I'm annoyed with the media. But then I'm like, I wish Pogba wasn't like that because then they'd leave him alone.
Yeah.
That's my train of thought with it. And I feel like... If you get where I'm coming from. So I think a lot of fans are like, I wish... I remember once... I remember when Beckham bleached blonded his hair, right? And I remember a lot of the older fans at a game I was at were like, and I'm like, why is it probably done his hair? I don't mind him doing that to his hair. He says, but the media will pick up on it. And if he ain't brilliant today, they'll ridicule him. And then I get banter. And then imagine what it's like now. So I get it. It's just, a man dyes his hair and suddenly the world's coming to an end. It's like someone dyeing their hair doesn't make him better or worse at football.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's such a... this is what I mean. Like, because for me, it's like if the population and the nations were like in Europe were just used to it, you know what I mean? Like, forget what the media say, but if the fans themselves were used to it and didn't care, then I don't think the media's stories would get traction because they'd be like, well, we know this is what it's like, you know what I mean? Because people have the freedom to change their hair color.
No, I get that, bro. I get that, and whatever. And maybe if the general public stopped caring about the stories about the hair color and how many Capri Sun they bought at Asda's and didn't read it. But that's the problem. You then start mixing football with celebrity, and it's hard because people, for whatever reason, people really care about what celebrities. I mean, sometimes I hear, oh, did you hear about this thing? Unless it's like the new album that's dropping or the new film they're in. I go, oh no, he was seen out on a date with this person, or oh, he got the police pulling him over for speeding. I'm just sort of like, I don't care, man. I couldn't care less. Yeah, but he's a role model, not to me.
Yeah. Who told you to make him a role model? Because they didn't. You know what I'm saying?
It's on you, bro.
I hate that. I hate that.
You know what? At the end of the day, nobody cares what they do off the pitch if they're winning Champions Leagues, winning Premier Leagues, winning major titles. And that's what I think. Because you could be having a terrible life off the pitch and no one would know about it if you're winning trophies and major honors constantly.
No, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the issue though. Like, people love the virtue signal. So you look at Ryan Giggs, yeah. No one cares that he's slept with his brother's missus because he's doing it on the football pitch. But that's morally wrong. So you really should have an issue with it. But then if that was a Paul Pogba, a Martial, or even a Rashford, they would be like, this is the worst thing that they've ever done. How dare they? And it's just kind of like, yo, like, if you're really on this high ground, take the football out.
Where I'm the other way, like, I just don't care what Ryan Giggs did because I'm not, you know what? I feel like there's only a handful of things that people could do in their private lives that I would have a major opinion. I'm talking about like serious crimes. All the morality stuff, I'm not judging anybody's life because I don't know their actual situation. And for something that seems immoral to us from the outside because of how the newspaper has reported it, who knows what things are like on the inside? Who know? You know, you just don't understand it, and we just don't know enough about it.
Maybe Ryan Giggs and his brother were swingers. Like, who knows?
No, bruv. But I'm actually putting it out there. Like, who knows what was going on in the start of these things, and things get out of control. Like, the way I look at it is this: there's so many things that have happened with me and my family. None of it's that's illegal or criminal. But you think, oh, you know what? I wouldn't want anyone knowing about that. But it happened because of X, Y, and Z. And you're like, that's private business. I almost look at it like, what? You know, the fact that, I read a story not long ago in a paper about Van Dijk supposedly cheated on his missus. I've read, our Firmino drink driving, which still bothers me a little bit because, Gerrard did this, Scholes did that, Fellaini did this. I don't care, bro. Like, it just doesn't bother me. It's their private life. It's for them. Do you get what I mean? Like, even with like the Harry Maguire thing, that's a real sort of criminality element. So of course I care about that. But still, my mindset is still, let's wait for the evidence to come out before I actually judge whether the person was right or wrong. I want the facts first, not just one person's version of events and vice versa. Like, I'm just not bothered by it at all. It's like the Terry and Wayne Bridge thing. Like, of course, like, he's Terry, like, cheating on his blah, blah, blah. But yeah, but listen, I look at it like, I know what my boys, my friends, I know what people are. If you work in a big office, you know what's going on. Like, you still chat. This is what makes me laugh. I have people now. I used to work with this Liverpool fan who hates Ryan Giggs for what he did and hates John Terry for what he did. And I used to sit there and listen to him. And I'm never going to out a guy because guy code. But I'm like, bruv, you're married with kids. And I know what you do on work nights out, bruv. What you chatting about? And it's like, what? Like, I'm like, I know what you do. And he's like, yeah. And I called him out on it privately. And he's like, yeah, but I'm not a professional footballer. I'm like, why does that matter, mate?
Yeah, that makes no.
Exactly. It's not. Half the time, it isn't what they're doing. It's the people that are doing it. And they're rich, wealthy, working class people, or they play for rival clubs. It's just mad. I saw it. He's behind us. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, I don't get involved in it, man.
In terms of the game, this game.
You also get you get like Chelsea fans go, yeah, John Terry's bad, but at least it weren't with his like brother. They try and like play it down like, brother, I don't care either way. I'm not interested in any of them stories. People say, oh, you like Conor McGregor, yeah. What about these things? Some things Conor McGregor has said and done are reprehensible and I've condemned him for. But no, I suppose he's cheating on his pregnant missus. Yeah, I'm not interested in that story. I couldn't care less.
What, Terry? It's the "what have you done for me lately" kind of people. You could be the greatest person, and you have one chink in your armor, and it's finished. The same thing happens in football.
Yeah, the same Liverpool fans that I know hate Giggs because they say he's reprehensible will still love and shake the hand of Jamie Carragher, who obviously spat in the face of a little girl, or a young girl. And you sort of sit there and you're like, and he got punished for that. He's apologized for it. We move on from it. But the point I'm making is people's morals change when it's someone they like, and it always will do. The same Liverpool fan that was saying all that about that, I remember calling about for me, I said, yeah, but you've got a striker that got done for drink driving, bruv, like a crime that kills hundreds of people a year. He's like, yeah, but I'm like, no. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, didn't Marcus Alonso actually?
Marcus Alonso actually killed someone, but I think it was designated accidental. But yeah, these things just happen, and I don't get involved with it in terms of. I don't see that people say things like there's public interest. No, there isn't. It's not within the public interest to know that Mason Greenwood. Oh, terrible by Kolasinac.
Oh.
He can't pass. This guy can't pass.
You wait till you catch up in about 50 seconds, Gal. Wait till you catch up. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to a Gal's meltdown here.
Hey, ain't he off to Bayer Leverkusen for 10 million?
Shaka put him in a tough spot, though.
Gal.
What is he doing?
Oh gosh. Gal.
Yeah.
Ain't Kolasinac going for 10 million to Leverkusen?
I don't know. Fabrizio Romano didn't say here we go, so we gotta wait and see. The guy said in 48 hours. So what does that mean?
Well, I'm telling you, journalists are getting burnt. They're getting burnt because they all said that Cousins, what's his name? Cousins, that kid from Bayern Leverkusen, from Bayern Munich. They all said he was going to Leeds, and then the move fell through.
Yeah, but you can't blame them for that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not blaming them. I'm saying this is what happens when people always think that what journalists say is 100% correct. At that moment in time, it's correct, but anything can change.
Hey, if we listen to all the journalists and what they said, Ainsley Maitland-Niles would be a Manchester United player, and Zinchenko would replace him.
I put this thing out. I put out the tweet saying, again, United do not pick William Saliba. Why? I'm asking a question, right? Some Arsenal fans responded, but why isn't Donny van der Beek starting? Why aren't you pushing this agenda? You're so-and-so. And loads of people responded to me going, bro, Van der Beek started last night, bro.
No, but Terry.
I'm not even pushing an agenda. I'm asking Arsenal fans, why is he not starting? You're closest to your football club. Give me the reasons and I'll accept them. But some people are just sensitive.
I thought I answered this already.
No, you did. I'm talking about response from someone on Twitter, bro. You gave me an answer.
Guys need to calm down. Everybody needs to calm down. The man's 18. They expect him to play the first game against Fulham, the next game against West Ham, play against Liverpool away. Calm down, people. He's 18 years old. You don't put everybody in the deep end. We've been doing this too much with our defenders. And then they make one mistake and they're known as error prone. Calm down. Give the guy a chance. He's 18 years old. He has a 5-year contract. He's gonna get a lot of game time. You don't want to put him in the deep end. His first month of with the club, not playing 6 months of football in the French league.
Mate, I think you've bought him. So I think you've bought William Saliba, and he's done a few training sessions, and I think you're having what Harry Redknapp had at Portsmouth with David Nugent, where he's thinking, "What have we done?" I think he's being exposed. I think it's almost sort of like he's not a footballer. I just think he's trained with Arsenal, and there's nothing about him at all. And sort of by January, he'll be gone on loan to some low-level French league.
You're joking, right?
No, there is. I cannot see any logical reason why sort of 6 games into your season, 2 or 3 meaningless games that are there for fitness, that you wouldn't at least give him sort of a run out. You wouldn't give him any minutes. I think what's happened is you've taken a look at William Saliba. Of course, not an Arteta signing. He was an Unai Emery signing, and Arteta has gone absolutely not. In a month of Sundays, is he good enough for Arsenal Football Club? So it's going to kind of, there's a lot of noise at the moment. Why is he not playing? And there's a lot of noise at the moment about why he's not playing. And what's eventually going to happen is over the course of 2 or 3 months, you're going to forget that you've signed him because there hasn't been a big announcement about it because obviously he was signed last year. And that's it. William Saliba is, he's not even, I wouldn't even officially call him an Arsenal player. He may never kick a ball for you. I think he's been absolutely exposed.
You're absolutely just trying to trigger me right now. Don't be. You're not serious. You're not serious.
Yeah, I am.
Yo, Terry.
Yeah.
In terms of Luka Jovic, that's not happening no more.
Is it not? Why?
Because a different striker from Real Madrid has left on loan to Roma, and that means that he's not going to leave.
Is it the Dominican one?
But according to who? But according to who though? Who said he isn't going to leave?
Fabs.
Oh, okay. I haven't even seen that.
He said Luka Jovic is.
When did he tweet that? Because I haven't seen any update.
49 minutes ago, so like almost an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
He has 2 actresses next to the knot, so I don't know what that means. Unless he's trying to just highlight that he's saying that he's not.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair question. Would Curtis Jones, if he played in the Arsenal team, do you guys think he would be any better than what do you call it? Saka is producing?
No, I think Saka would be even better if he was in the Liverpool team. Having said that, Saka's had quite a slow start to this season, hasn't he? And that's another thing you got to be careful of with these youngsters. He did get 12 assists last year, and there's this kind of I expect him to now do more than what he's done now, or what he done last year. You've got to improve on that. It doesn't always work. There isn't always a linear process of growth. It's not a steady little growth. You often get up, down, until they find their levels. Look at Rashford's career.
The West Ham game, though, Terry. You watched the West Ham game, right? The West Ham game, he made the 2 game-splitting passes to Aubameyang.
And I get that, but you're not listening to me, bro. You're not listening. I'm not saying he started badly. I'm saying for a lot of Arsenal fans, there is this. He got 12 assists last year. There'll be some that'll be like, right, well, this year I expect more. And he might come in with 8 assists and lots of good moments like that. But people have got to look at it that for an overall season, he may not actually be as good this season overall as he was last year. But that's so normal for young players. A lot of players are up and down, stuttery in the early days. What will happen to Saka the more he plays is coaches watch his game at rivals and go, well, he's great at X, Y, and Z, and he's weak at A, B, and C. And then his job is to work out how to overcome those challenges. And people sometimes just feel that, he had a really good first season. He's got a blow. I expect to see peaks and troughs from Greenwood over the next few years. And I'm sure if we all watch French football with greater regularity, we'd see that in Kylian Mbappe he's had he scores quite a bit. That's because they're so dominant, Paris Saint-Germain. But it's just, people have this weird notion that 18, 19, you got to be completely consistent. It's
expectations. What do you expect? From Greenwood, you probably expect, 20 goals all comps or more than that? I expect from Eddie Nketiah at least more than 12 goals all competitions. And from Saka, I expect him to maybe get close to double digits assists, all comps, and close to five goals, all comps.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. Like, when I look at Greenwood, I'd say 15 goals, all comps would be my standard for him. So, it's given away by Van Dijk, Virgil van Lindelof. I'm not going to say Maguire.
Oh, that was a waste. That was wasteful.
We conceded the most goals at Anfield since Klopp came in. 26 goals.
When?
Since 2015, October.
Oh, you guys have?
Yeah.
I reckon that you've conceded more goals at Anfield in the last 3 or 4 years than Liverpool have in all their games.
I don't think that's possible, but
it's a good joke, though.
I would definitely tell you this. We probably lost more games at Anfield than Liverpool have in the last 3 years.
That's actually...
Yes, because they've lost 0.
How many? No, seriously. How many home games have they lost?
In the last 3 years, 0.
0.
No, they lost in the Champions League.
Okay, you mean all cups? Saka's in.
Oh.
It's offside though. He missed though. He missed. He fluffed his light Saka there. Look, he's losing it. He's losing his ability.
It was offside. It was offside.
See, a top player would have finished that. A top player would have put that away still. Was it onside though? Oh no, it's off. It is off. It's off. Sorry.
Yeah, well off.
Offside.
Oh, he's way off.
Offside. He's offside. Yeah, offside.
He's way offside.
Oh, Igal, I got a message for you. People love talking to you through me, man.
What's up?
It's from Prime. He said, Igal, The reason why rival fans are questioning Saliba not playing is because Arsenal fans themselves gassed up Saliba. If you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen, mate.
I mean, Prime is such a better messenger and writer than he is. It's far superior to his articulation, is what I'm trying to say, right? If I was to build this as a proper business of Football Terrace, he'd definitely be I'd get him to run the Twitter account. He'd be amazing at tweeting stuff out of people. And that's a compliment, Prime. I'm not actually slanging you off there, bro. That's your vocation. It's like Ram. Ram's a good writer.
Well, is he though? Because man does history. Does he do English? Is he doing English?
I love winding him up on that today. People are like, yeah, Terry, I've got a really good job, and it's not what I studied at uni. I'm like, bruv, I'm joking, man. People are so sensitive.
People, if you knew what I did before I did film, then boy, it's well left.
Penalty! Oh, just on the edge of the box. It's that free kick. Hang on, what's being said here? Oh, a free kick on the edge of the box. Jeez, yeah. Arsenal.
Yo, remember when another Arsenal player that got gassed? Listen,
let me tell you why. Oh, yeah. Holding came in, and I think in his first
it's a penalty, that's a penalty.
I think in his first season, we won the FA Cup with him and Perma.
No, actually, just outside. Sorry, Egal, you're not there yet.
No, yeah, it's holding on Jota, right?
No, it's Danny Ceballos.
Oh, that one.
Jota's like a secret ginger, isn't he? It's like it's just hiding underneath, just hiding there. It's like, I am ginger.
Oh, thank God, it's just outside.
Yo, Harry Wilson's getting sold when he's come back from loan and still can't get a proper squad number.
You know what? You know how all these Chelsea fans were saying, well, let's wait until we get Pulisic and these guys back? Imagine us Arsenal fans were saying, let's wait until Emery gets Bellerin, Tierney, and Holding back, as if they're world class. Like, I love these guys, but they're not.
But you did say that last year. You guys were saying that last year. I remember. Oh, when Tierney comes in,
we got exposed that they were no better than what they're better than what we already had. Obviously, it's better to have your first choice, but don't underestimate how much you're actually going to improve with.
Oh, what save! Oh, Minamino, he missed it. Oh, Minamino, he missed. He missed. Yeah, Firmino and Minamino goals. They love it. Oh, how did he miss that? He missed an open net. He hit the bar.
Yeah, you shouldn't be laughing, fam. That's
no, that's just funny. Let's be honest. That reminds me of what Terry, you were commentating the other day where the guy hit the ball in his face.
Oh, what? The DT's thing?
Yeah, that was
funny. He should have buried that. It's an open goal. He's 6 yards out. Minamino goes. He's done.
I'm not going to lie to you. Minamino and these guys are all the same when it comes and Firmino, they're all going to get roasted for not finishing those small little chances. But they get so many chances. You can't blame them. They get so many chances in a game that they're going to miss.
Just watching this again. Oh, it's an awful miss. It's criminal. It's a criminal miss by Minamino. Criminal.
I rewatched that Liverpool Arsenal game, right? Let's be honest. We lost that game, but it was not a battering. It was still close up until the 85th minute.
What is you looking at? Terry, what was the percentage pass? The percentage again?
Yes, they outpossessed us.
What game? Whoa! What game are we talking about here? I weren't listening.
The Arsenal game that happened on Monday.
Yeah, you had 35% of the ball, maybe less. Why?
What's the shots as well?
It was not a clear out. Like, they didn't destroy us the way they usually would. The way it would be like the team would capitulate. I don't think it was like that.
Yeah, the only difference is instead of conceding 5 goals, you conceded 2, bro.
3.
No, the difference was when Danny Ceballos came on, we had the clear-cut chances to draw the game. We didn't draw. We didn't get.
Bruv. They had 21 shots to your 4 shots, right? They created 15 chances to your 3 chances, bro.
It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if
it does matter. What are you chatting about?
Terry, this is football. If you create 20 chances and you don't finish your chances, and the other team gets 3 chances and they score, you can win.
Yeah,
Yes.
but that didn't happen to you that day, fam.
That didn't happen. Liverpool's a better team.
But equally, like they had more possession, more chances, more shots, more creativity. They actually scored literally 3 times as many goals as you. As an example, your goal only came through a catastrophic mistake. You didn't land a glove on Liverpool. Ceballos put a couple of good through balls in a whole. Imagine that's your whole game, 2 good through balls. If you were lucky, and I'm talking like winning the lottery 3 weeks running, you know, Michelle Keegan falls in love with you, type lucky, right? Always Michelle Keegan. You know, Beyonce, like Jay-Z, see you later, bro. A gal's my guy, right? And your missus didn't mind. If you were that lucky, then maybe you would have beaten Liverpool on Monday night. They Ian Billed you, bro. They battered you like a codfish.
Terry, that is not a fair analysis. When you think about the fact, that Jota, before Jota scored the 3rd goal, Liverpool fans themselves would say to you that Mo Salah taking the ball off Jota, that chance earlier.
What's that got to do with you losing?
At that point of the game, Liverpool fans were saying, could this be the mistake that we make that could, and then Arsenal could equalize? It still was open.
Yes, and you're right, Egal. What you're right about is that when a team doesn't put you to bed, you could have scored against a run of play and walked away with a very lucky draw. But in terms of the overall game and performance, you were battered. Example being, Man United beat Brighton at the weekend in the league, yes or no?
Yes.
Brighton, in your words, on my very show was, Brighton battered you. Did you not?
They outplayed you guys, yeah.
So they outplayed us, but we still won, right? That doesn't mean we were the better team on the day overall. We just scored. We had an own goal, scored 1 cracker, and then got a penalty out of nowhere after the final whistle. We were lucky. So if you would have won or drawn against Liverpool with how they outplayed you, you would have been lucky. They battered you, bruv. In the same way Brighton battered us. I can't understand how you look at Man United game where we won, luckily. So you got beat 3-1 and you're acting like Arsenal played better than Brighton played against Man United. That's weird, bro.
I said I rewatched the game, and it's not something for me to look at and say, hey, we were getting destroyed we were getting destroyed and this was absolute shit show. It wasn't a shit show.
Bruv, you were destroyed.
No, it was not as bad as what we've seen before.
Bruv, no. Okay, go on.
So what you're saying is...
In comparison to the City game...
No, Igal. So what you're saying is you had a rating of -5 from that game, but you're saying you watched it back and now your rating is -4. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is I rewatched the game, and I think a more fair, less emotional answer would be that we performed up until the 85th minute, you could say, better than we performed at Anfield over the past 3 or 4 years. And that's what I'm basing it on. I'm not basing it on that we were going to win or we're going to draw. I'm just saying based on the fact that we didn't get smoked the way we used to. We still lost 3-1, but we didn't get destroyed up until the 80th, up until that 3rd goal. It was still a close game.
I'm not having this. You know why I'm not having this? Because when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said that about when we lost 2-0 to Man City, or was it 2-0 to Liverpool? He came out and said, oh yeah, but we didn't get back this time. Everyone was ripping him, saying, what kind of poor mentality is that? How can a manager come out and say that? We can't accept that. So what you're basically saying is you're happy that you didn't get battered as much as you used to. What kind of mentality is that, Igal? Come on, man.
Oh my God. I am not one of those people who go into the game saying we're expecting defeat. Okay, I'm expecting to win every game or at least draw the game minimum, right? So going into that game, I expected that we were going to show up and have some sort of performance, have something about us. And you could honestly say we had some clear-cut chances. We had a little bit more about us than we did the year before, where we gave away penalties.
Okay. So I think your performance did improve slightly, but if Liverpool were more clinical in their finishing, you would have been battered. You could have easily conceded 3 or 4 more goals in that game. Then what? What if Mo Salah hadn't taken the ball off of Jota's feet when he did 10 minutes before he did score? That would have been the 4th goal of the game overall. You didn't have a single chance to score after your lucky goal. So you played awfully, mate. You were awful. You weren't as bad. You weren't as woeful as you've been before, but you were still really bad, mate. Come on, Miguel.
I think you can look at that game as an Arsenal fan and look at it from microscopically. Look deep into the game. You can see miniature improvements from year before. I know, KJ, you can do what you got to do, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you this: from what we've seen from this Arsenal team against big teams away from home, that showed that we at least tried to compete up until the 85th minute, which we haven't competed against Liverpool. We would turn over and let them have it.
No, the performance you should be gassing up and being happy about is the one where you actually beat Liverpool, not the one where you lose.
No, but that's the Community Shield. The game that we lost.
No, I'm talking about the one in the league.
The one in the league, we gassed that already. There's no point of talking about that already. We know what happened that game.
What is that to gas from that performance? You guys were poor.
I'm not gassing
the
that
thing is,
performance.
bro,
I'm saying,
bro, the thing is, everything you're talking. Look, listen, I know I've spoke about Liverpool could have had more goals. That's a what if. But the whole of your argument is a what if. What we know for a fact is they had more of the ball. They played the better football. They had almost exactly 5 times as many chances on goal. They had something like nearly 5 times as many shots on goal. They had the clear-cut chances, the better opportunities. They just dominated in every single facet and area of the game. And if you want to say, well, we were better than last year, great. But do you know who you sound like? You sound like Bellerin saying, well, most teams lose here anyway. It sounds defeatist in your positivity, mate. It really does, bro. It sounds defeatist, Agal.
Look, if you can't go to Anfield and win the game, don't lose. Don't get battered. We ended up losing 3-1 until the 85th minute.
That's not a good score.
We were trying our best. We tried our best and we did what we could. At the end of the day, we lost. And looking back at the game, up until the 85th minute, Liverpool, the scoreline did not flatter them. At the end of the game, even 3-1 does not flatter them. They should have scored way more goals than 3. They should have probably had 5 clear-cut chances they should have scored. It should have been 5-1 for Liverpool, but it wasn't.
But it was 3-1, which is still a bad scoreline.
I understand that.
Boy,
there we go.
Smoke, fam.
Let's go on to some super chats here. One here says Rob Balding has a worse hairline than Terry. Probably not true, but that's cool. Rob Balding. Yeah, that is good. That's actually a good one, Max. Comment here says Igal says Arsenal been shocking in the first half. No shots on targets against teenagers. Don here says, how deluded is this dude? Get your emotions out of it and think logically. Even Roy Keane said it was a training session for Liverpool. Great work, Terry. Yeah, I think you're clutching at straws to make a defeat sound better. If I'm being honest, again, I can't endorse your message.
One thing I'll add. Everyone can say the second half performance was much better than the first half performance in that game, and that's what I'm taking away from the game. The second half performance, we did work a lot better.
You know what, Miguel? If you want to take that.
You could take positives away from a negative performance at the end of the day. You can try to take away little positives from a negative performance. And that's what I'm doing. At the end of the day, I did say on here numerous times that was not good enough. We should have tried. We should do better against these teams away from home. We should not always turn over and lose these games. And that game we lost. But one thing you can say is even if you lose a game, you can find little things that you can improve on, and you can find little things that you can say we're showing signs of improvement.
Yeah, cool. 1 second, boys. I've got to listen to something. Winning the lottery 3 weeks. Sorry, I'm clipping something. 1 sec.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump out quickly. Eh?
All right, mate. See you in a second.
Listen, let me tell you why. Holden came in, and I think in his first.
It's a penalty. All right, I'm. The reason I need to do this is something I wanted. I don't know how you do it though. You meant to be able to create highlights so that you don't have to edit later of things that you listen to, but then I'm doing it and there's no button to create. It's annoying me and I don't know what to do, but there we go. It's not that button. Anyway.
And the game itself, it hasn't been great, but both teams should have scored at some point. So, yeah, hopefully we can see some goals in the next half because I don't want this to be a 0-0 draw.
Nah, me too, mate. I need to run to the bathroom though, so I'm going to hand over to you to present, mate. Cheers, thank you.
All right, cool. I've got no choice going by myself. I actually can't see the comments right now, so I'm going to quickly go onto the YouTube page so I can see. If it will load up. How's everyone doing? How are we all feeling? Is Gal chatting some sense or is he chatting some nonsense? Can Arsenal win this game? Or do you see Liverpool coming through and just doing what they do normally, which is be Arsenal? Put it in the comments. While you guys are here, while it's halftime, please go and subscribe to the Football Terrace clips. That would be much appreciated. Let's get that growing. Let's get that up to 3K. There's some new videos out there today. One was basically a caller saying Dembele is better than Sancho. We got up on there right now. We've got Pepe's a fraud. And some Jose love, people. Jose Mourinho getting love from some Spurs fans. So make sure you guys go over and check that out. Right, let me see what you say in the comments. Yes, the Cajun Show. Thank you. Chiefs 14th, a member. Ranting Bug says, yes, Arsenal were better than previous few seasons, but they're still bigging up this performance like they gassed up Pepe, driven past Van Dijk last season. Yeah, I get what you mean, man. Like losing the game not as badly as last year sounds like a small club mentality. Like, you don't want that. You lost the game. Simple as. Martin White, another member, says, KJ, why are you trying so hard to get Arsenal in the mud? I'm not trying hard to get Arsenal in the mud. It's just what Igal is saying. I can't subscribe to. I can't listen to it and be like, yeah, that's right. Like, I can't. Arsenal, that I said they have had a good start. I said they're going to finish fifth, but you know what I'm saying? That might change after the window is done. But my prediction still stands right now. I think they're going to finish fifth. So I'm not trying to put them in the mud. Igal is just, to me, he's just chatting some nonsense, fam. All right, here we go. Ali Jaber, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, says, parking the bus FC, but because it is Arsenal, they will say at counter-attack tactics, you guys are a banter club. All right, listen. If Arsenal end up winning this game, the tactics were spot on. So let's wait until they're done before we say anything about banter. David Gardner says, shot Terry has turned into a chair. Yes, Terry's a magician. He can just transform. Katie using Terry's lingo and says subscribe. Yeah, you're listening. He just said it, so it's still in my mind. Don't worry about that. He's back. I think the guys. Like Chiefs 14 says, KJ, don't forget you created Goatwood. Yo, if it was you, man, then fair play, bud. But in the chat, guys, Terry's back. Put in who's the better presenter, me or Terry. Whoever wins this battle gets to take over the Football Terrace forever. Let's go.
Bro, trust me, you ain't got the time to work this job.
Yeah, I really don't.
But if you did it, you probably wouldn't need to work. But there we go. Like, it would be a job. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Is the gal not come back yet?
No, not yet. Not from.
Dry your eyes, mate. I know it's hard to take, but her mind is. I love it, gal. I don't even mean it rudely, but some of the stuff he says, I don't get it. I think that's my problem. I don't get it. And maybe I need to do more to understand it, but I don't get it.
Yes, Lincoln. Who is smashing the like button right now? Smash that like button. Second half will be starting very soon.
Very soon.
I reckon, Terry, Liverpool will find a way to break through. And it'll be probably will be just a 1-0. This game doesn't seem like anything.
Yeah, well, they started putting so much pressure on them in that second half, didn't they? And I think that all towards the end. So it'll be an interesting one to see if they can kind of withstand that in the second half, rare. But Arsenal, when you go for, I at the beginning of the stream, I said that Liverpool had the strongest side, and I'm a liar. Arsenal's team should be beating Liverpool. It's a legit Liverpool second string with academy players, with a couple of first teamers, where Arsenal got 3 or 4 first teamers, and then loads of their young and fringe players that their club rate and their fans rate. So they don't really have an excuse here, in my opinion.
No, they should be playing better. They should be. They've got some of their first team players out there. You've got Leno in goal. You've got Xhaka out there. He's apparently the best midfielder. You got Nicolas Pepe against Neco Williams and a young, what's his name? Ryan Williams is his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got two players on the right hand side that, as if you're Pepe, you expect more from him. Again, it's been another disappointing, lackluster performance from Pepe. And you know what? Yeah, I don't want him to always be flopping. You know what I'm saying? But you got to question, like, where's the more? You know what I mean? When we're gonna see a bit more from him? Maybe he's still trying to settle in. I don't know. But let's see what Pepe can do in the second half. He might end up roasting those two young kids.
Yeah, no, I agree, bro.
Talking about Pepe's on the ball now, and he gets tackled. Okay.
What minute you on?
45.
Okay, yeah, just bang on the same as me. I just gone back to a video that me and Sonny did in here. Look at that. When that was in the studio, it was first started. It weren't actually finished.
Oh wow!
How different that looks.
It looks so much better now.
Yeah, get in there. I still got loads of stuff I need to. I bought more like foam in to make less echo and everything. I just haven't got around to putting anything up in here for a while now.
Yeah, you still need that photo from Zayn. Zayn, he needs that photo of you, bro.
Zayn's my guy.
Oh, he was back.
I'm back. Back again.
I'm glad you came back. I wasn't sure if you were going to.
Why? You think I'm gonna run away from a performance?
I thought you bottled it, bro.
Nah, come on, bro. You know me. I've been here after batterings. Don't think I'm gonna run away. Well, yeah. Yo, I think you kind of took what I was saying as a defeatist thing. I wasn't trying to say that. I was saying there's some Terry, Danny Ceballos came into the game and you could see something is starting to work. Even though we lost, you can find some things that are encouraging.
No, bro, I get that. That isn't the element. That isn't the element that I think you're wrong about. So I think you're misconstruing me a bit as well. What I'm saying is the scoreline just tells you who are the most clinical sometimes. But overall, when you look at that game, it wasn't the worst you played at here, but you were still beaten, really battered, in my opinion. In my view, I still think you were slapped up. That's my opinion.
I'm not going to change your view. But I'll tell you, a lot of Arsenal fans and a lot of the Arsenal fan base would agree on one thing with me, that up until the 80th minute, they felt like we could still get something out of the game, even though we were getting pressure after pressure after pressure against us. Because don't forget, with Arteta, we've done this a couple times now, where we were constantly getting pressure against us, getting outshot, outpossessed, and we just have something about us where we were able to get a point, or maybe all 3 points, or maybe even the win in some of those cup games.
Yeah, I think, that game showed why you need a new striker.
No, I don't think it shows a striker.
Have you guys seen what
AJ,
Rashford's just tweeted randomly? I want to read this. It's completely off topic, worth listening to. So Rashford says, let me tell you a little story about Romelu Lukaku. And I'm not sure why this has come up, but it just has. He said, we were playing against Paris Saint-Germain in the second leg of the Champions League with little hope of qualifying, 2-0 down, etc. 2 minutes in, Rom scores. 30 minutes in, Rom scores. We need one more goal to qualify. 94th minute penalty. Rom steps up, picks the ball up and hands it to me. He knew it was my moment. He knew it would be me that got all the coverage for scoring that penalty, and he was okay with that, ignoring the fact that he was the most instrumental part of that win. That tells you all you need to know about Romelu Lukaku. Selfless and a team player, never afraid to dim his light for others to shine. That's my brother, and I appreciate him.
You know why? Because he has 9 goals already in all comps.
Right. Okay.
So he's number 1 goal scorer in Europe right now.
What do you know what I say about Lukaku is this? I've never doubted goal scoring ability ever, never, not once, and I never ever will. He just couldn't play the kind of football that Man United needed him to, as an example. But he was also he was also like damaged because of the way we have become as a fan base. And I know I was certainly one of those people. Like, every time I made a mistake, it was compilations of it. Some of them were hilarious. I remember there's one where he tried to control the ball and I thought he'd injured his knee and stuff. But it's just a shame, really. And he's such a good striker. You know, he still scored 42 goals in 96 games for Man United, which isn't...
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good
terrible.
return.
It isn't the worst in the world as an example. But yeah, listen, and the thing is, I don't necessarily think he's a bad guy personally. I don't know if he had. There's always a difference. You know, you often you might view a colleague of yours very differently to how your bosses view that person, because they treat you differently to how they would treat their bosses or whatever, or the club or whatnot. So I do think there were some issues with certain sort of discipline and really wanting to be at the club, which is one of the reasons why I think Ollie wanted to move him on. But it is what it is. In terms of being a human being and a person, I'm sure he's lovely, bruv. Like, the way he's spoken about Ollie tells you there wasn't animosity and anger. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think he just was, he at that time just fought for his chance to move. You know what I mean? Sometimes in life you get to a point in whatever job or any stage, you're just like, yo, I need to move on and just move somewhere else and start afresh. He seems like a player that he needs to be. He's kind of like Paul Pogba, and I think that's why they were good friends when they was at United. They both need to feel the love. They're not people who react well to just always getting criticised for no reason. You know what I mean? You saw that when he leaked he shouldn't have done it, but he leaked those speed stats because he's getting sick of people calling him a slow donkey and all these things. So he thought it's better in an environment where he does get that love from the fans and from the manager and the teammates. And you can see at Inter, they love him at Inter. The coach loves him.
The
fans love him. He's got good partnership with Lautaro Martinez, and some people
Sometimes
people
it
make
just-
it out like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, sometimes these things just happen like that, and it's unfortunate. The problem for Man United is we had too many unfortunate signings that haven't worked out in the last 7 or 8 years, and it's important for them to. You know what? If Lukaku had come in this summer as a Ollie signing, it could just all be very different. I mean, his first year wasn't even that bad. You've got to remember as well, when you join a club that's upside down, that's got all the toxicity problems that we've had, it's not a conducive place for anybody to be successful. Van Dijk, what a save! Leno! Oh, what a save!
Leno.
You never doubt his shot stopping. It's just you question his coming out to catch the ball and those little
This is
situations
brilliant.
where we
Oh, what a
back.
save!
That was Leno's been a lot better this game than he was on the weekend or on Monday. My screen is froze. It will.
Quality you have to worry about. That's why.
Who have you got this weekend, Arsenal? Who do you play?
Sheffield United.
You should win that.
Yeah. Interestingly, Chelsea's game, I swear they play Palace.
Yeah.
That's such a tough game, because Palace are in really good form.
Yeah. So do Liverpool have a tough game. But Aston Villa at home, they have clean sheets, 4 goals. They've been a different team, and they have more creativity.
Aston Villa
have better midfielders than
Villa Park or at Anfield?
Villa.
So
Villa.
just then you meant to say Aston Villa away. You're talking about Liverpool, but yeah, cool. Just for terminology, because I got confused.
My bad.
Yeah, that's like.
I was gonna say, they have better midfielders than us.
So what was that? Who were 1-0 down?
Aston Villa. They have better midfielders than us.
Then Arsenal, yes, true.
Yeah.
Ross Barkley, Grealish, John McGinn.
Yo, Douglas Luiz is a baller, fam.
Douglas Luiz. I'm not saying they're all like top quality, get into every team, but our options are that dreadful in the midfield.
Bro, I'm getting confused.
And that's why I find it funny when Arsenal fans make fun of Donny van der Beek like he wouldn't be your best midfielder.
No, it's not.
Mate, you know what? Tonight's just as embarrassing as the other day for you, though, man. You're playing a much weaker team. You've got quite a few first-team players out there, right? You've had 42% of the ball, which I said you'd have. You've only had 2 shots. They've had 8. You've created 2 chances to their 5. Like, you've done very little tonight, bruv. Like, against a team other than Van Dijk and Salah, none of these other Liverpool players would get into their starting lineup. And 1, 2, 3, sort of 4, 5 of them are like academy graduates or very young new. Like, do you get what I mean? You need more from your team out here tonight, bro. Like, this is one of your only chances of winning silverware, and it feels to me like you're going out with a whimper right now. And although you're in it, I just can't imagine. I mean, they've got some serious players they could bring on. I suppose you have. Who would you bring on, Agal, to change this up for you? Who are you bringing on here? Maitland-Niles, Nelson, Tierney? What would you do?
Lacazette, I think, is on the bench.
Yep.
Isn't it? You got Lacazette, who can come and change the game as a striker. Who else is on the bench? Well, Ainsley Maitland-Niles is not going to come
Maitland-Niles,
on.
your favourite guy, most improved player in the Premier League, El Neni.
And then he's not going to come in. I think we're going to keep the midfield the same. I think what we're going to do is we're going to probably change the attacking options. Maybe change Lacazette. Maybe change it. I think, what do you call it? One of our guys if one of our guys get injured. But as of right now, I think Lacazette's the only option I can see coming off the bench and changing the game.
No, you need Nelson on as well, because Pepe is not been good.
Nelson's not naturally good on the right. He's naturally a left-sided attacking player because he's heavily favors his right foot. So when he plays on the right-hand side, he's more or less.
Wow, was that Granit Xhaka? That was cool.
When Nelson plays on the right, he's more one of those guys who crosses it in and gets to a byline. But when he gets to the left,
what minute you on, bro?
I've been jumping all over the place. I can't tell because the quality is that bad right now.
I'm at 55.
Jota nearly scored though.
Yeah, I'm ahead of you now, Terry. I'm on 56, 12, 13.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. That was good from
No, but yeah, Reece Nelson, he should be playing where Jota plays, on that left side where Aubameyang plays. He shouldn't be playing on the right where Pepe and Willian play, because he's not naturally good with both his feet. He's better with just his right foot. So when you play him on the right, you're asking him to cross it in. But when you play him on the right, or when you play him on the left, you give him an option to at least cut inside and shoot, which he naturally did a lot when he was in Germany. That's why he got 7 goals or 6 goals that he was when he was on loan at Hoffenheim.
He started off really well over there.
I think that's a good enough. I just don't think either of those two players are ever going to be good enough for. I can't remember what you even called. Arsenal.
I'll tell you something. Reece Nelson lacks the hunger and the desire to be a great player, where Eddie Nketiah has the hunger and desire and the work ethic to be a great player.
Shame is technically not good.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of like. I don't want to say it because he's an Arsenal legend, but he worked a lot with Ian Wright, and he kind of reminds me of the movement, but he doesn't have any of the other like attributes. He has the hunger and the desire and the movement of Ian Wright, but he's not yet nowhere near that.
Yeah. So I made that comment earlier about you guys need a new striker, and you was about to say there's somewhere else that you need to cover. Where is that position that you
we can't worry about attack or defense right now. We need to focus on the midfield for the next 2 windows. We need to bring in at least 2 to 3 quality midfielders and break the bank on at least 2 of them. Because our midfield, if we don't improve our midfield, we're never going anywhere. You guys we could have Van Dijk and Messi in the front, but with our midfield being so shocking, we will constantly lose games because we can't control a game without a midfield.
No, I get that, but my point is like even if you do spend a lot on your midfield, you still got Lacazette up top, and I don't think he's been looking that good for an entire season, and yet, like I don't know, maybe he can find his form again because I know he got player of the season. Was it 2 seasons ago?
Subs here, Divock Origi, and it looks like Joe Gomez are coming on for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Saka got in the England squad. I'm gassed about that. Gareth Southgate finally picked some Arsenal players for once.
Yeah, he did. I mean, both of them dropped straight out as soon as Phil Foden and Greenwood come back in, but they've done well to get called up. I'm really happy Saka's there. I triggered a few, but our English talent is brilliant. Everyone's, Saka Nigerian. I'm like, brother, he's wearing an England shirt. He's English, brother. You know what I mean?
No, it's funny. He did that on Nigerian Independence Day as well, which is kind of peak.
It is what it is.
Nah, you know what? Would Wilfred Zaha get as much hate if he chose England over Ivory Coast?
We'll get more hate if you chose England.
I'll be honest with you. No, I've never really seen. I don't know any England fans ever moaned about it because none of us think he's good enough. Oh, that's a good shot. Like, I was excited by Zaha.
He played for the under-23s, didn't he, or the under-16s?
Yeah, he was England for. He was an England declared England for.
I'm being honest with you. He can look. He might be purely for like personal reasons. He might want his pray for his sort of his ancestry from, and I get that. I get the feeling that he never felt like he'd be good enough to play for England. I really just do. I think that's what he did. You get that? Yeah, I just do. I don't care how disrespectful people think that is.
Nah, yeah. If you feel, to be fair, I don't blame players for doing it. If you feel like you're not going to get a
There's
qualification,
gonna be more
go with
Declan Rice situations. Ooh.
Yeah, Declan Rice and the like changed to England because they were like, "Oh, I'm actually going to be good enough now. I'm gonna switch back because you know."
Did you hear they changed the rule? Now you can do that more often now. You could actually get caps to get your team into a qualifier, but as long as you don't play in a World Cup or a major tournament and you don't
Yeah,
have too many
they're doing
games,
that because there's a lot of pressure on it because of the way they look at sort of things in terms of, you know, a lot of people now identify dual or even like sort of triple nationality, and I think they need to be a little bit more modern in how they look at things. You know, you might have Saka might do 4 or 5 years for England and then be like, well, say a year or so for England, might not go to a World Cup and then be like, actually, I'm going to go and play, you know, where my family's from, and that's do you know, again, I don't hate on anyone for whatever their decision is.
What about Tammy? Tammy could just be like, I'm not good enough for England and go for Nigeria. Same
Yeah,
thing.
go for it. Like it
Yeah, that's down to
doesn't
him.
matter.
And if he wants to do that, then I'm relaxed. I'm cool with it. Like it's a bigger deal for the smaller nations when
Yeah.
that happens in reverse. It's kind of like we've given you opportunity. We saw the talent, and now you're just going to abandon us for England because what they get more stars, get more coverage. So I
Yeah,
can see why smaller.
I
I
think
was disappointed. Tamori chose to not play for Canada because he grew up playing for Canada, and now he's going to England, right?
Yeah, but he's English. Well, he's
He's
like,
Canadian.
How long
Do you know
has
in
he
his
been in
second
Canada?
half so far? Sorry, in the second half, Liverpool have 5 attempts on goal, 2 of them on target. Jota's in! Oh, another good save by Leno. Oh,
You win this game. If that Runnison kid was in, we might be.
I'm coming back once.
no worries. Oh,
I'm just seeing it
Arsenal
now.
are getting.
Oof.
But this is what you know. We were saying to a gal earlier. Right now, Arsenal are getting battered. They're just not conceding.
Mm.
Have you seen the chance yet?
Yeah, I've just seen it. I don't know. I'm not too sure if Gal's seen it, but
Jota
is
should be
good,
finishing
man.
that. Should be finishing
Yeah, he
that.
should be finishing, but I do like him. I do like him. I think it's a very good buy for Arsenal.
Oh man.
Oh, another save.
What minute are you guys at?
52-40.
Oh,
62-32 now.
yeah.
My
Oh
one keeps,
God.
oof, great save. My one keeps jumping forward and backwards like it freezes randomly.
Yeah,
Yeah, I seen it.
Sky Go, their app is nowhere near the level of BT's. BT's stuff is banging. Sky's is
Yeah.
just dreadful. It's absolutely dreadful.
Oh yeah, you're right. BT Sport is almost pretty much live, and they got the 360 degree camera.
Yeah.
That shit's amazing. But yo, Jota, I heard a tweet. They bought him for the e-gaming because he's the best at e-gaming and he won everything with holy shit.
Yeah, he's really good. He's like really good in FIFA. You won't know what this means, Terry, but he's a top 100 FUT Champions player, and that's really hard.
In
That's
out of the whole world.
yeah, he's like top 100 in the world.
Yeah.
Jota is.
He beats pro FIFA players in FIFA with
Yeah.
Wolves, and they're
Yeah,
picking
so-
like Liverpool and Man City and stuff, and he's
Wow.
beating pros.
Yeah, so what they did during lockdown, they did a few e-tournaments with some Premier League players and some pro gamers who represented a team. I think United got some random gamer to play for them. And yeah, one of them, Jota won it all.
Jota won 3 different trophies.
Yeah, he he beat Alexander-Arnold in the Premier League international in the invitational final, which is hilarious.
Yeah, man. I'm not surprised, actually. When he signed for Wolves and I was doing some financial stuff for him, I remember sitting in the room trying to chat to him about it, and he was just sitting there on this PSP thing, gaming away. Just remember that. Told that story a few times, just like he weren't even really listening. I was like, man was just sitting there gaming. So now I've heard he's a good gamer. There we go. But for a lot of these footballers, there ain't a lot. They finish training and they have a lot of spare time. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah. There's quite a few of them that are very good at FIFA.
Yo, why does my camera not keep coming up? What's going on?
That's something to do with you, bro. I can't. It's nothing to do with me, man.
You see, this is how you can tell games are either very one-sided or just straight boring. Because why are we chatting about Jota being a FIFA player?
Yeah, I know. Even though Liverpool are having the majority of this game, like, see, Arsenal not making it a contest. You know, it's now 13 shots to 3, 10 chances created to 3. It's an apt. This is what's embarrassing tonight for Arsenal. As I said, Milner, Wilson, Jota, Minamino, that Marco dude I've never even heard of, Jones, Williams, and Milner. These guys, and by the way, it's Van Dijk and Salah that were bought off as subs, by the way. So they took off their best 2 players as substitutes.
Why is it? Oh my! Why are you bringing on El Neni?
And still, Arsenal can't lay a glove on them.
Why are you bringing on El Neni when you need a
For
goal?
who? For Xhaka?
I don't know. I don't care who.
If he takes off Ceballos for El Neni, that makes no sense.
What are you doing? You need a goal. Bring on someone who actually knows how to attack.
Oh my god. What's going on here?
When's Martinelli back, by the way? Because you man.
Martinelli's back apparently. He's going to be back in contention in training, and I don't think he's going to be ready for games yet. But he's back quicker than we expected.
Yeah,
we weren't expecting him back until January. He was back in training today.
Is that good though?
Is it what?
Is it a good thing though? Is he being rushed back?
No, I don't think he's being rushed back. I think they're easing him in.
Rush.
Oh,
They're going to rush him, innit? They're going to rush him. Arteta's got no ability. Love it. All right. Come on, Arsenal. Lay a damn glove. Go on, Pepe. You're up against a kid, Pepe. Oh, I got a foul there. Up against Reece. Is it Reece Williams? Pepe can't even beat Reece Williams, bruv. Yeah.
Pepe, this is his year to show us something, or else honestly the club was probably going to try to say he surplus his requirements.
Bruv, you know what? It can't help him mentally when the club is doing a fraud investigation into how he got there.
How he got there.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it can't help your mentality. Ceballos is being pulled off for El Neni, bruv. Ceballos off.
Wow.
Neni on.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Jesus Christ the Lord. Tonight, Arteta has exposed himself as such an tonight he's been an average manager. He's got superior play. I actually thought, I said it in the build-up, oh no, Liverpool got the stronger team out there. And it's because I was fixated on Salah and Van Dijk. And then I started going through it and I'm like, nah, every player in Arsenal's team that started this game, got a couple of young, all first team players or very experienced. You've not laid a glove on them.
Though?
Why?
Why?
Because I think he's probably going to start against Sheffield United.
Then bring on you could bring on that's more attacking than him though. You could have brought on Nelson,
Lacazette.
You could have done something. You've gone for a defensive option on a team you can't break down.
We're playing with the double pivot right now.
Yeah, but you've done nothing to them, bruv. You need to do something.
Change it. You need to change this. Remember when I said before last game you played Liverpool?
Now you got a chance. Saka's in. Saka, oh, his touch was so bad. Oh, Saka, the touch of a baby elephant.
Don't do that. It's just a one-time thing.
No, that touch there was bad. Because it brought it into the path of the defender. He had no awareness of what was around him, you see.
Oh, my God. El Neni. First.
You could have even brought on Maitland-Niles and put him in the midfield, man.
Where he was born and brought up, like, as a player, like.
To be honest.
That's poor.
What's going on? Oh, that was a bad touch.
Pepe crosses. It's good. Oh! Rob Balding nearly scores. Oh! Oh! That was a really good cross, to be fair, by Pepe. A really good cross by Pepe. Yeah, your whatever your camera's doing, Igal, is annoying me so much.
I have my other camera, but it's no better.
No, it's nothing to do with it. It's the device that's doing it. It's not really the camera. But that's better. Oh, have you seen the chance yet, Igal?
1 second. Everything is a mess.
Have you seen the chance yet?
Oh, Pepe. What is he doing on the right?
No.
Holding. Oh, man.
Holding's
gonna come home soon. He's gonna just cut his hair.
Rob Balding should have scored there, bro. Arsenal are putting on a little bit of pressure here now. Another Brock. Cedric's into the box. Pepe controls it. Oh, poor Pepe. More like Bebe. Shocking.
Joe Willox has a little bit about him finally.
No.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Wait, why can't we though? Because you do to other players of not on your team, bro.
One word answers.
No.
One word answers. Elaborate. You say no. Are you saying he's never going to be good enough, or are you just saying
he will never be good enough to be a regular first-team player for Arsenal if your ambitions are to win major trophies?
I agree with that. But one thing I would say is, in these kind of games, when you're giving these guys an opportunity, he needs to show something about him, and he hasn't been able to do that. But 1-2 little moves is one of those things that you need to see.
Yeah. So basically, you're saying if he does a basic,
that's not.
pass.
No. You know what, KJ, you can make fun of the basics, but if Fred did the basics yesterday, he could have got 2 or 3 more assists.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna praise him and be like, oh, there's something more I've seen him from him because he did a basic pass.
Have you know one thing I have noticed though with since these substitutions, Arsenal now. See, Arsenal should be smelling blood because they've taken off 2 of the best players in the world and replaced them with Joe Gomez, who's good, and Divock Origi, that's well below Salah's standard. This is where Arsenal last 20 minutes should be like, right, this is for hours for the taking, and that's the problem. I don't think Arsenal have it within themselves to be cutthroat enough here.
He wants the pens. That's what he wants. He wants to go to penalties.
Getting the pens.
I wouldn't blame him if it was the first team, the Liverpool first team. But
it's not even Liverpool's second team. It's half the second team, and half the academy team.
Like you guys should really be putting on them a little bit more.
You should also be like using your physical attributes, men versus boys, but you're getting bullied, bruv. Honestly, it's like someone's son making their dad make the tea, innit? Her dad, go make the tea, bruv. I'm the man of this house.
Deflection. I don't know how far behind I am.
So, Yvonne here says, Andreas Pepe.
You talked about Andreas. That got confirmed today. Beautiful to see.
Yeah.
That is absolutely hilarious. How the hell did you guys get 27K obligation to buy?
Well, that would be really bad if you got 27K. That would be terrible. But 2 million.
M's, bruv.
Oh no, 27 million. I mean.
M's, brother.
Yeah. He knows what he knows what to do now. Andreas knows what to do. He needs to play out of his skin. He needs to get us that 27 mil. He can't be coming back to United and being like, yeah, like, boys, I failed the mission. Nah, bro.
Gini Wijnaldum coming on for Liverpool. They're gonna go. They needed to do that because Arsenal was just starting to boss them a little bit because of the changing. Get on a bit of Gini. Gini will change the game for Liverpool. So 16, 17 minutes left plus added time here.
Oh wait. Did you see that then, Terry?
What?
The assistants were giving Wijnaldum instructions. The club's the club's got Klopp is finished. Klopp's finished.
That's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. I'm gonna tweet about
it. So what's the agenda now? The manager has to give all the instructions. He can't focus on the match.
So that's what basically someone said about Ollie against Brighton the other day. There was like, see how bad Ollie is. He can't even tell his players what to do. Yeah, he gets the assistants to do it. Like that's not a common thing in football.
It's like, why do you have a goalkeeping coach? Why do you have all these other coaches? It's like you expect all in a penalty shootout to tell De Gea which way the players are going to shoot.
I'm telling you, the agendas are right, fam. I'm not saying Ollie's the best manager in the world because he's not. But like, to find every fault in every little thing he does is a bit much, man. Like, relax.
You know what? Liverpool fans, big up to you. You guys have a really good squad, but relax yourselves. You guys don't forget your history. You guys were a forgotten club for 5 years between 2010 to 2014-15. So don't forget these things go up and down, and in 2 years' time, you guys could be back to the situation where you're in Europa League or maybe even finishing 8th like you used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true. Anything could happen.
Well, where would Arsenal be in those 2 years then if that happened to Liverpool?
Listen, we're on a work in progress to improve, to get better, to and get higher up. They're at the peak of their powers. We can decline even lower, but at the same time, I think we're going back up and we're going to be improving. Where Liverpool, they can only go down from here. When you're at the top, where can you go? You can't go any higher. You got to try to stay at that same level. And
Do you know what I love about you, Agal? What I love about you is it's like, where Arsenal? What direction Arsenal going? We're getting to the top. Where Man United going? Oh, it's going down, boys. Chelsea, it's going down. Where Liverpool can only go down. City, going down. Everyone's going down, but you're going up. I love it. I love this, bro.
I never said that.
Honestly, Chelsea, I want what you have for breakfast, bro. It must be so amazing to live in Rainbow Land.
Nah, Terry, let's be honest. Manchester United, at the end of last season, you guys were speaking about Manchester United possibly could be title challengers soon.
When?
But you still need players to improve that squad to get to that level.
Exactly.
Where Liverpool are so high up that echelon, all they can really do is drop down. Look at City.
Not really. Last year, not really.
Are so high up.
No, not really, because they still need to win 2 trophies in 1 season. Then they need to win a treble. Then they need to win friend bounce. Then they need to become the most successful team in England. They're like, only because you're at the top doesn't mean there aren't things that you need to achieve and do. Like, they've still got aims and goals. So to say that there's nowhere for them to go anymore is a fallacy. There is.
Yeah, no.
Mate, listen. What I love about you, Agal, is like, you talk about Arsenal going in the right direction, right? You haven't signed anyone this summer. Like, you haven't signed anyone that's dramatically improving your squad. We're going up.
But we signed Gabriel.
Do you know, he's a kid. Let's just not get carried away. He's a nobody. You didn't know about him 3 months ago. He might turn out to be amazing, but you haven't signed anybody of any real note to improve your squad. You know that because your fans are like, 4 days for our and Partey. Anyway, you're like, well, United need to improve. Like, we're already in front of you. We've signed Donny van der Beek, who walks into your team tomorrow, and he's better than anyone you've signed this summer, positionally, right? In terms of position versus position. But yet you're like, talking that United need to do this, United need to do that. You never really said it about Arsenal. I've never heard you really once, I don't think, this whole summer be like, oh, I'm really impressed with what we're doing. If we don't sign anyone, we can't progress and move forward. It's like, no, we still will because the system and the manager. But yet you don't apply that same logic and care and consideration to anyone else. And I know you signed Gabriel, but we don't know how good this guy is yet. Like, we don't know how good he is yet. We do know how good Donny van der Beek is. We 100% know how good Donny van der Beek is. But I don't know, man. I find you fascinating. How you see every positive nuance out of Arsenal. And it's fair to see those nuances. They're not wrong. But you don't see them with any other club. I love that. I kind of love how like much you love Arsenal and how much you see negatives in other people and you don't see any in Arsenal. Like, it's how I look at my kids, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, my kids.
I think I'm quite fair, though.
No.
I think I'm quite fair.
No.
Let me say one thing. Every single one of our teams has a gaping hole. Liverpool is a complete team. City have an issue right now with their defense. They've been conceding too many easily goals, and they've been being beat on the counterattack. Manchester United, you guys have a problem with your squad depth when it comes to your attack and your defensive areas, especially with your left back area. Chelsea, their defense is still shaky, and they need to improve their defense. Arsenal, we need to improve our midfield. Every team has a gaping hole in their team, except for Liverpool. So when I say every fan can be optimistic of certain parts of their team, and I choose to be optimistic of my attack and my defense, but my midfield is still a big problem.
And I get that, and that's all fair. But when I've heard you on this show consistently for 2 or 3 months now talk, you really drum down on the negatives about others, and you always want to ignore those, especially Chelsea. Yeah, and you ignore Arsenal's issues. And I'm not even saying it's bad. I'm just saying I rate the delusion. And the opinions are not deluded, but you're not placing yourself into reality. I love that.
Terry, what I'll tell you is there's a different level of expectations. We honestly, right now, we know that we are not at the level of Liverpool.
I can't read it out. One of the members, because I think he said something about Chelsea having a gaping hole or United having a gaping hole. Just go.
Oh, no. No, Harrison.
Stop, Harrison.
No.
Mum jokes, you know.
No, I'm nah, bro. Yo, mods, ban that time him out. We're not doing that here, fam.
Good thing I can't even see it. What is it? Forget it.
I'm not telling you what it says. Chloe Jenkins here says, Igal, forget about Hussein Mawar. PSG have just thrown their hat in.
That's BS. Yo, the French Daniel Levy needs to cut it out. That Leon guy, he needs to cut it out. You need to cut the crap, bro. Because
no. You've bid about 35 pence, mate. You guys have got to cut the crap.
No, we haven't.
Lack of threats coming on. Yes, you have. You bid about £30.
Terry, I bet you anything.
Half the money.
Media spin.
No, the media don't spin any transfer stories. They're all correct.
No. You know why? You know how I know, Terry? Today Juventus were in for that for Arwa. How on earth are Juventus in for Arwa when they could barely afford to get McKinnon?
No, that's been debunked already, though, bro.
No, but it just goes to show you that this is all media spin. And
see what I mean? Do you know what I love? Whenever sorry, KJ, you've done it again, Igal. Whenever you phone the show to talk United or Chelsea transfers, you're like, well, no, actually, you're not going to get him because of this reason. And this journalist said that, and this did this. When it's Arsenal, no, media spin. I love it. I love it.
I always back the whole Sancho thing. Don't say that about me. Come on.
No.
That's not me. I always say, wait until the window's over. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Don't try to get me. No, it's not true. You know, I'm not one of those guys who say, oh, you guys aren't going to get Sancho. I always say, calm down.
Bro, you don't understand sarcasm, do you? You don't even hear it. You legit don't hear it. I love this. It's honestly, it's brilliant. I love how you don't hear sarcasm. It's amazing. It amazes me. I'm only joking, bro. Liverpool in. Divock Origi misses.
Oh, wow.
Eddie Nketiah been an absolute passenger today. He didn't do nothing.
Who?
That's what I mean.
Who?
Eddie Nketiah.
Oh, Nketiah has been more like Eddie the Eagle.
Lacazette has scored every single game so far we played.
You know what? Yeah, you know why Nketiah gets heat from rival fans?
Why?
It's because when he scored those 2 goals against
Forest.
It's not Norwich.
Yeah.
In the cup, everyone was saying, "See, that's Marcus Rashford coming through. He's gonna be just as good, if not better." And I was just like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all gas up our players, but the way you
go on, Pepe, do something.
Remember, there was a joke for a little bit. He's just a poor Danny Welbeck.
It's true.
Arsenal fans try to. We were pushing.
Did
Pepe's in.
you just miss?
Yeah.
I need to see this.
He should have done better as well. I've actually been disappointed with Saka tonight as well. I think Saka should have done so much. He's so rated. He's been poor.
He's playing on the left wing as a wing back almost.
Right.
Is that where he's been playing? I've been so confused about that.
Almost like I'm so confused. Are we playing 3 in the defense? It makes no sense. Why is he so far back?
Arteta was playing 2 left wingers at the same time.
Why is Pepe keep playing on the left wing today? He's all over the place.
You know why? Because Arteta saw that you've got the 2.
Oh my God, Terry, that was so bad.
Yep. I told you that, boy. I told you that, boy. That's a bad miss. He's a bad man.
Is that your Alabama accent?
I don't really. It's just an accent. I don't really know where it's from. It's just a voice I like doing. I'm really bad at accents.
That sounds like Southern American, Atlanta, Georgia. Like, come again.
I like that.
To answer your question though, Miguel, the reason why he's playing on the left is because Arteta saw that you're gonna have the 2 Williams kids on that right hand side, and he thought, let me put Saka and Pepe on there to twine them up and to mess them up, and he hasn't done that.
You know what?
I think it's frozen.
This getting penalties, bro. This getting penalties. This, you know.
Oh man.
Ooh, the good thing if it goes to penalties, it's anybody's game. It's a flip of the old coin. I would prefer Liverpool to go out though, because I am more confident going up against the other teams, not Liverpool. Oh, Saka's down. Saka's got an injury. Saka's calf's gone. I think it's. Do you know what I think it is? Gal, he's not injured. No, he's not injured. He knows penalties are coming, and he's decided that I'm going to bottle it and get off this pitch. I don't want to be the guy that misses it. What he's showing there, Saka, is an absolute lack of courage, of heart, and of desire to be a success for Arsenal. It's 5 minutes left. He can get through 5 minutes. He's one of your best players. He should be taking a penalty. He has got himself out of there in case he becomes a villain. And that is such poor mentality there from Saka.
I hear the sarcasm.
Hey!
It's so good. I love it.
I put that one right out there. I was like, I'm hoping he hears it. I just sent you a link.
Yeah.
For the after game show as well. This has been really disappointing tonight.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah. Terry, I'm going to jump out. I'll see you on the after game show. Okay?
All right, bro. I'll see you in a bit. Take care, my man.
Boy, the man.
Later, KJ.
Later, bro. He's too nervous, fam. He's too nervous.
Yeah. He's done.
For the penalties. He can't be on screen with it.
Oh, penalties. I love a penalty. Oh, I love a little penalty, I do. I do like penalties. Penalties are banging.
You know, when you see, this is what I mean, when you see these lineups, you expect just madness, because when these kind of like lineups come out, like not everyone's fresh, not everyone's sharp, so you're expecting a bit more mistakes, a bit more.
Arsenal, bruv, you're right. Arsenal tonight have been equally, in my opinion, as pragmatic as the other night when they were up against a much weakened Liverpool side. They've had a few more attempts, there's no doubt, but they should do. They're playing against like 50% academy players here. Oh, Pepe's in here. Oh, he's been given offside. Couldn't hold his run, mate. Couldn't hold his run. Couldn't hold his water. Can't finish his dinner. Melt. But yeah, it's been such. Look, he should never be offside there. He actually borderline is onside, but when I get offended by football players that can see the line in front of them and they're pacey and they end up offside. It's criminal, in my opinion. Criminal.
Yeah, he's just offside, but still, like, he's been disappointing. I think Saka tried, but there's nothing really came after him. Like, Liverpool as well. Liverpool, like, haven't really done much either. They had a good spell.
Well, Jota's probably had 2 chances where he should have scored. Chloe Jenkins here says, Tuchel said today that he wants more players. This story has come from Eliquip, I think it's pronounced, and reported by Guna Talk. Do you know what's interesting? Yeah, listen, I love Igal for how much he defends Arsenal. But then, like you say, how quickly, when it's negative about a rival, he's on that. Like, I love it. The best one he ever did was when I said Arsenal play pragmatically against the big teams. And he created some weird kind of super duper nuance as to how it's different from every other pragmatic style in the history of football. And I'm like, bro, just say, yeah, I know. Just admit it, baby. Just admit it. At least both teams are going to get clean sheets tonight. I suppose that's one positive you can take from this.
Yeah. That didn't even need to be a corner. This has been so disappointing. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's how I feel, bruv. I could have sat down tonight and... do you know what film I watched last night? I watched The Gentleman.
Oh, wait. Yes.
Yeah, I was very good. Snowflakes are not going to like it. It was typical. There was so much stuff in it that was like... that people would nowadays say is offensive. Like, there was a Chinese character in it. I was, like, referring to... His nickname was Dry Eyes. He called himself Dry Eyes as well. I was like, rah, that's a madness.
Man. Your people, he's quoting the film. He is not saying this.
No, it's a character. It's a character from a film. That's it. It's a scene in the boxing gym. There's a scene.
You're racist.
There's a boxing gym scene where I can't even say it on camera because people get offended. But like, you just watch it and you sort of like, that's just, I can't believe the film did it. But I almost rate it to an extent because it was funny. But yeah, it's a really good film though, actually. But Guy Ritchie gangster films kind of are. And what I was really impressed with, really impressed with, is well, I heard that Hugh Grant was in it, and I thought he's going to play. He actually plays like a Cockney. And
Yeah.
he actually acted. He wasn't just the same posh twonk that he's in every other film that he has ever been in.
Yeah.
So I was quite impressed. He actually acted well. And even Matthew McConaughey did a really good thing in it, where he was still playing an American character, but who'd been living in England for a long time. And you could hear like English twang to his American accent. And I thought that's really hard to do.
Nah, some of these actors are, like Matthew McConaughey is up there. Talking about films though, Tenet, man.
Oh,
Tenet.
jeez, bruv. Can't wait for that to come out on like, so that I can actually watch it 2 or 3 times over and like, cinema's hard.
I need to go back to the cinema, watch it again, so I can watch it. What you call it, inverted, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I need to do, bro, because that film. You know, you saying the other day where it's like, or even today, I don't know when you say we chat too much. We chat a lot.
Arsenal were in. Arsenal can win it. Oh, what a tackle! They're still in. No penalty given. Oh, they should have buried it. Oh, Arsenal Football Club, you let yourselves down.
Wow, I'm seeing it now. James Milner.
James Milner handballed it. They fell on it. That should be handball. That should be handball. VAR. Oh, that's handball. They should have had a penalty. They should have had a penalty. That's 100% Stonewall penalty. That is a pen.
Would be so harsh, though. That man's falling over.
Ba 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 ba. Da 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 da. That's definitely a penalty. Yeah, no VAR, is it? Until the semi-finals, I think. But yes, that is a pen. Oh, the Arsenal fans. Referees! Don't know good. Oh, the referees. Oh, the referees. They hate refs.
How's that the most exciting thing that's happened in this game, man?
It's bad. I don't even know that referee's name. I bet Arsenal fans know his name. I bet they know his name, his kids' names.
His address.
Everything. His Twitter.
His FA number.
Don't you always love it when there's a referee that makes a mistake and then people go on Twitter and they find some random with the same name and end up like Liverpool on the counter here. Debunk.
Please.
Imagine they get a penalty. Peek. Milner's going to cross it. Milner gets the assist. Oh, the foul was given.
I'm seeing it now. Oh, yeah, Minamino pulled my man down. Damn.
Arsenal fans are going to be so angry.
They should. But you know what we need to do, yeah? Find out what a girl is eating, smoking, drinking, whatever it is, and just give it to like all football fans, and I think we'll be in a happy place.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like that man is on something. He's on something. There we go. Full-time penalty shootout, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be the penalties. Arsenal fans are going to be raging if they don't win. It's going to be another referee blame for a defeat. Not the fact.
It's a 0-0 draw. How dead, man.
Oh, I know. I can't believe it, man. A lot of them are saying troops and the boys at ATV are fuming. Well, they will be. But this is what I think happens when referees make mistakes. I think it makes people like that angry. But then what it does, I think deep down inside, underneath it, there's a sense of happiness. Oh, thank God, I've got an excuse now if we go out. As opposed to, you did nothing for 90 minutes. Penalties are like this. Penalties are leaving it to the judges. It's like in boxing. If you don't knock your man out and you leave it to the judges, it's on you still. You didn't box well. You didn't box well enough, and good enough. But I want to see though if any of the big stars. I want to see what big stars of Arsenal bottle this. Like I thought Timo Werner the other night bottled not taking a penalty. You know.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I didn't really notice, but we will see what happens. Remember, we're live on StreamYard as soon as this ends. So just go to the Football Terrace homepage. You'll see us go live momentarily after this penalty shootout is over. Hit the like and share button on the stream. Thank you to all the super chats. Thank you to the one new member that we got tonight in Dave Kit. So thank you very, very much. But we'll be live after this game on this platform. Who's going to go through, Liverpool or Arsenal? If it's Liverpool, Arsenal fans are going to be fuming now because of that penalty at the end. James Milner to get the winning penalty?
Oh, of course. No, of course. Or he might start it off knowing James Milner. Like, he's just super reliable on pens. But also, guys, remember, Football Terrace clips, go over and give it a follow for all your favourite moments from the Football Terrace. They're all in there in one place, easy access. We might even see clips of a gal soon.
Yeah.
After tonight's little chat, we might see some clips of a gal. So go over there.
I think we will.
I think for once I won't be joining because where's the chat now?
True. This is true. It could be one. It could be one of those shows tonight. A quick one. Do you get what I mean? What you seeing on your screen right now, bro?
Adrian is looking at something or someone.
No,
Someone's talking to Lennon.
I've got. Right.
Literally, if you're ahead, I do not care.
Okay, cool. That's how bored man is because of what these two teams have done to us tonight.
Right, I'm just ready for this game to be over. And I thought it would have been Sancho bid day today, but it turns out it's not. So we wait till tomorrow and see what happens.
That's coming, bro. He's photographer and cameraman is now in Manchester. That'd be all right, bro.
Wait, that's like people saying Cages in Spain. That means Terry's joining Lee Gunner's channel.
James Milner taking the first penalty here. And he steps up. Leno looking confident. Leno, of course, I think he's German. German versus England here. James Milner, the Arsenal fans will want him to miss after giving away that glaring penalty mistake. James Milner steps up, hits it, buries it, 1-0 to Liverpool. And he turns around and shushes to someone. James Milner giving the stick out.
Man knows that should have been a pen, that's why.
Yeah. But James Milner's too professional to care.
Yeah.
Too professional to care. Upstats, lacquer, threat.
Yeah.
He's going to put that ball down. I rate the fact he's wearing black boots, so I love black boots. They're not used enough in the modern day game, black boots. Very short run up here for Lacazette. I'm not a fan of short run ups. And he hits it, he stumbles. Oh, buried it into the bottom corner. That's a really good penalty by Lacazette. We'll give him his full name up for scoring there. He did do a stutter and it was a short run up. I'm not a fan of them, but he delivered. Lacazette now up steps man like Genie.
Talking about
Will Genie have the bottle? Hey. All right, fair enough. All right, just a joke. Genie's up. Genie looks like, like someone that he's almost sprinting back. Genie, straight run up. He hits it. Oh, what a penalty. That couldn't be more in the roof of the net if he tried, bruv. That was basically in the attic of the net, mate. Boom. Leno, no chance.
Someone tried to tell me, that Bruno and Jorginho's penalty style is cheating. And I was like, how? It's like, because the keeper decides to go which way before they've actually landed and struck the ball. I'm like, yeah, that's the keeper's fault.
Yeah, exactly. It's embarrassing. If the goalie gets it right, it's going to be embarrassing for him. Up steps number 17. Cedric stepping up here. Arsenal's second penalty. He hits it. Oh, Adrian went the right way, but it's buried. It's 2-2 in the penalty shootout here. Liverpool going to be stepping up next. Liverpool gone for a very interesting approach here, which is to let their experienced players go first. My understanding is we're hearing reports now that it's going to be Minamino stepping up now, and it is Minamino. Very average start to his Liverpool career. Barely scored, barely been involved. You wouldn't know that he was a superstar at Salzburg. He steps up with his right foot, and he hits it. Oh, and he buries it. Oh, he buries it.
Well, to be expected. Remember, he's only 21 years old, and he was bought for 7.5 million. That's a lie. He's like 25, and I was shocked when I heard that. When they first signed him, I was like, oh, a young Japanese international player.
Mohamed,
cheap bargain.
Exactly. Mohamed El Neni here is stepping up for the penalty. He's looking at the ball in the same way that a lion will stalk an antelope. Adrian here trying to, banter, trying to put him off. He's been away on loan. Igal says he's the most improved player in world football. He hits it. Oh, and it's saved! It's saved! Oh, it's saved by Adrian! Igal, how are you feeling now? Oh, it's saved, and it's a poor penalty. Oh, it's awful. It's awfully hit. It's hit like a complete bottle job, like a bottle of the Jobé. That's what that was done. 3-2 to Liverpool. Liverpool about to take their fourth
in the worst
penalty.
Spot where he doesn't want to go into the corner. He don't want to go centrally. It's in
and
that spot where
it's man like Divock Origi, number 27. Divock Origi can put Liverpool on the edge of glory. Short run up. He hits it. Oh, and it's saved. Divock Origi bottles it. Leno puts Arsenal right back in the game.
Whoa! Okay, here we go. Here we go.
You see, I don't like them short run-ups. Oh, here we go.
That was also a bad pen. That was a terrible penalty.
Terrible penalty. Terrible. Almost identical to that of El Neni's. Now, this is a big opportunity for Arsenal to get themselves back. They have to score this Arsenal to get back on level peggings. And it's man like Maitland-Niles. Remember, Saka bottled it and walked off the pitch, complaining of a calf injury. Here is man like Maitland-Niles, or will he be Maitland-Piles after this? He's going to step up here. Farmer Giles, Maitland-Niles, Mataland, whatever you want to call him. If he scores a penalty, he's a hero. If he misses, he's a zero. He runs. He steps up. It's a really slow run up. He hits it. Oh, it's cheeky. It's beautiful, actually. It's absolutely beautiful. Even Adrian puts a thumbs up to him because he just said he put him down. Like a baby learning to walk. Adrian, sit down. Then he kicked it. Very clever.
Oh, nice. That was a good pen.
As soon as the goalkeeper made his move.
He was smiling as well. He was smiling. It's like, yo, I did use that.
I like that. Ice cold. That was ice cold. I like a bit of ice cold. Arsenal are now level. It is sudden death now, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone misses with the opponent scoring, it's over. And up steps, I want to say Jones. I think it's Jones. Jones, really weird run up. He hits it. Oh, he buries it. I thought he missed, but he buried it, mate. It was right in that bottom corner, mate. It was pucker. It was pucker. It really, really was. Liverpool 4, Arsenal 3. And this is it. It's the final penalty of the allotted 5. It's man like Pepe. It's man like Pepe. Pepe.
Pepe, for the content.
For the content, my bro, you got to do this. Well, you got to miss.
Bro, you know what to do.
Pepe here to keep Arsenal in the League Cup. He steps back. He looks confident, but is he confident? Adrian's up for this. It's Nicola Pepe. He shoots. Oh, he buries it into the bottom corner. That was so far in the bottom corner, I thought it was going to go wide. Like, you know what I mean? And then it didn't. It curled in nicely. 4-4. We are in official sudden death now. It's anybody's game. He who dares wins. Woo! Who is going to be up next?
If Pepe had missed, the content, the timeline.
Up now is... Who's up now? Who is number 17 for them? It was Jones. Now up, taking this penalty, is number 50. Who is number 59?
Oh, Harry Wilson.
Harry Wilson shoots. Oh, it's saved! It's saved! Harry Wilson misses! Arsenal upon the edge of glory!
Oh, no. They're through. They're through.
And Liverpool are about to lose at Anfield.
They're through.
Harry Wilson, that was awful. It was awful. He misses. Well, saved by Leno. Man like Leno, the Arsenal fans didn't want anymore. Remember that. And up steps young Willock. Willock score. Here he goes. It's Willock. Oh, he's doing a bended run. A bended run. He hits it with his right foot. And it's, he nearly saved, but it goes in. And Arsenal are through. Liverpool are out. Liverpool are dumped out. That's one trophy more. They are not going to win this season. And they started with Van Dijk. They started with Mo Salah. And they are out. Adrian nearly saved it.
Adrian didn't believe he was actually going to go that way.
He ain't a believer. Listen, join us for the review show in a few minutes. Thank you all for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. God bless. And I'll see you all soon. Boo!